And it's a Saturday morning here at Mike Shriver Mysteries, right here on YouTube. I am still waking up, and you can definitely tell by my voice. I'm your host, Mike Shriver, from Mike Shriver Mysteries, right here on YouTube. And as I go get my glasses, because, I'm as blind as a bat without them as far as reading goes, I could see, I could see a good foot in front of me, but the writing just isn't quite on the wall for me. It's kind of blurry. But that could be old age, and when you hit 51, you'll all understand what I mean. It just collapses at 50. I'm in perfect health, but well, maybe not perfect health. I suppose that's stretching it a little bit, but my organs are fantastic, and my mind is sharp. The muscular skeletal, though, my God, I bet Skeletor from He-Man doesn't even have these kind of problems. But anyway, I digress. Hey guys, everybody, does this sound good? Angela, child of God, is here in the house with us every morning, all the time, and we are most appreciated for the faithfulness to the channel and indeed to a person that I see as a sister from another sisters, miss. I don't know how that works, but anyway, I'm confusing myself because it's only 11 o'clock. Yeah, hard time seeing that. 11 o'clock this morning, and I got some interesting news. I woke up, and this is the first video we got today. It's not the one that's up on the screen, but I got to cloak that one, that one, that one, and that one, that one. These Klingon cloaking devices don't work very well all the time. Romulans is the way to go, unless you had the Federation cloaking device that was in the USS. Riker's one of his first commands. Before he was captain, that is, he was a commander. But anyway, I digress. I had to brush up on my Star Trek: The Next Generation history. Time frame circa 2350 to 2409. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out. Let's get focused, Mike. Stop geeking out. I know you're going to be playing a lot of Call of Duty today and a lot of Star Trek Online because today is the first day of my vacation, except for there's interesting news. Can you call 36 to 48 hours of vacation? I don't even know if that even works. But anyway, I'll shut up so you guys can hear what I found interesting. And here we go. We're going to start with this one instead because that one kept playing in the background. And
the White House is calling it a short-term disruption. Consumer prices jumping 3.3% last
okay, kitty
month.
cat. I got to close that window now because it's 24 degrees out.
The biggest spike
Excuse
in
me,
almost
sweetie.
2 years. That's down from a peak of more than 9%
Come on.
inflation in the
Come on,
Biden
girl.
era that you can see on this
Does anybody else
chart.
whistle at their
We
cat?
made a lot of progress, obviously.
I whistle at
since
cats.
then,
I'm
but
weird.
This is the first report that
John
we've seen.
Edwards
You
is
can
in
see
the
it
house.
there
Good
at the
morning,
end of the
sir.
chart in red. That's the Trump era in the newest
Okay,
Trump
it's cold.
administration, up 3.3%. Shows you some of the impact of rising gas prices.
Good to see you, John. Good to see you. Lone
During
Star
Operation
or
Epic
One
Fury.
Star
Let's take a look
flag.
at live.
I got to
West
go find
Texas
my reading
intermediate crude
glasses.
prices right now
I'll
down
be back.
$2.95 and change.
I'll be
Some
back.
positive movement in
Man,
the
my
crude
voice
oil
is bad.
prices today at the pump. The national average for regular $4.15, up more than $1 since Epic Fury began. You've heard the president say that he thought it could have gone even higher.
Trump sending all the
during
empty
this
oil
phase of the
tankers to the
war.
United
We'll see where it heads
States.
from here.
This
Let's
is
bring in White House
gold
National
for the
Economic
U.S.
Council
financially.
Director Kevin Hassett. Kevin, good to have you here.
Yeah,
I know
good
the White House, good afternoon. The
All
White
right.
House has basically asked for people's patience on this and said that as soon as they get the Strait open, you're going to see these prices drop dramatically. What is your take on when that will be? How much patience are you asking the American people for in this process?
Right. Well, first of all, on the energy story, you got it exactly right. Those are the things to look at. Gas prices are unacceptably high right now, but it's a very temporary phenomenon. We're already seeing more ships start to come through the straits. And of course, America itself is energy independent. And so the
We have great
disruption,
faith
as
in our
bad as it
president.
is at the gasoline pump here in the
We
U.S.,
will not
is way
be
worse
disappointed
in
by
other
him. I
countries.
believe
So
that
it's
is
very, very urgent
absolutely
that
100%
the talks
implicitly
this
true.
weekend be successful with J.D. Vance and the Iranians. But the good news in today's report was that core inflation,
They won't be successful. I
that's
doubt
everything
it.
else, dropped all the way down to 0.2. If you look at the 6-month moving average of that, then core inflation right now is lower than it's been since the start of the Biden inflation.
Did he say
which means
corn
that
inflation? I didn't
hopefully
know corn can
temporary
get
spike in
inflated.
energy prices
Oh,
isn't feeding through to
core,
other things. And there's
C-O-R-E.
a lot of good news, especially in groceries.
They said
Egg
corn.
prices are down to about the lowest level they've been in years. Beef prices dropped a heck of a lot because President Trump allowed more Argentine beef into the country. And even ticket prices dropped an enormous amount because of the actions we took against Ticketmaster. And so I think that the inflation story is disappointing
That's
with
right.
energy, but
Making
actually
America great again.
promising
Every
for
day we
growth.
hear
All
are
right,
at Mike
let's
Shriver
get
Ministries
to
and at the White
few
House.
more elements of what's going on here. I thought it was interesting that Keir Starmer says that he is fed up with the impact on energy prices in his country. Watch this.
Stargazer,
The impact
Captain
on
Picard's
our
first
economy,
command.
particularly on energy, is
Welcome.
already clear to see. I'm fed up with the fact that families across the country see their bills go up and down on energy, businesses' bills go up and down on energy
Up and
because
down.
of the
I
actions
can't stand him.
Putin
We need to pray
or
for him
Trump across the world.
that he'll retire.
Pretty rich, considering the fact that a lot of the European and Western European countries get their oil from the Strait in ways that we don't. What's your reaction to what the UK Prime Minister said there, Kevin?
You know, I think that the biggest irony for me is that the UK is awash in oil. The North Sea is one of the richest oil reserves on Earth, but the
Drill,
far
baby,
left
drill,
in
I
the
say.
UK basically shut down the UK's
What can I
oil
do for
wells.
you?
And it's an actual interesting thing to think about. In the U.S., because we are the largest producer of oil on Earth, then the GDP effect is very muted.
Melissa Andrews is in the house. Great to see you. Yeah, get that turkey lover out of my chat. Thank you, Angela.
So the UK wouldn't be doing so poorly if they had just allowed themselves to continue to
I have to go
policies.
fix my.
And what's the
I gotta
richest
adjust my
country is
heat. I had it
Norway,
way
which
too
is
low.
basically going to the same place that the UK.
I want to give you a chance to respond to this because you said that you still think that there's going to be a golden age of growth, up 4.5% to 5%, despite what's going on in Iran.
Let's get that done before the midterms, folks.
Knows former New York Times columnist responding to that. Watch.
And 4 to 5% growth. My God, we haven't had that in generations.
It's good to see you all this morning.
A shrinking.
I have a date with my daughter this afternoon, and we're going to spend some time together. She doesn't have to work today, tomorrow, or Monday.
A number that makes any sense. So this is just pure fluffery. I'm a little surprised.
Maybe we'll play some Uno or something.
Stick his neck out like that.
He said there wasn't a single word of truth in your statement, Kevin. What's your response?
You know, I'm very much reminded, you might recall that in 2017, when the president and I worked together to design policies that delivered 3% growth, I came out on these shows and said we're going to have 3% growth, and Paul Krugman said exactly the same thing.
Hold on a second, guys.
The
Sorry.
thing that's different now is that we've already got a record of achieving that 3% growth with previous policies, and we've got new policies on top of those that are going to add even more growth. And so, of course, we're going to
Hello, Melissa Andrews. It's good to have you this morning.
Because
I hope you're right about it. He's a Debbie Downer always, and I remember he said that the
negative Nancy's
Trump re-election was going to absolutely crash the stock market. Every single across-the-board company would just flatline, which of course didn't happen either. I'm not really sure why people have him on their shows, but I did want to give you a chance to respond to that.
Thank you.
I want to ask you about this Anthropic story, though, because they have this new AI model that is putting a bit of a fear of God into folks when it comes to what
AI.
it's capable of.
It's the image of the beast in Revelation 13:15. No doubt about it.
Anthropic model scare sparking an urgent meeting between Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary,
good
and
morning
Jerome
to the
Powell,
folks at home.
warning bank CEOs across the the country, I should say. It says the previously unreported meeting, arranged on short notice, is another sign that regulators consider the possibility of a new breed of cyber attacks one of the biggest risks that faces the financial industry. And of course, if that's true, it faces the entire country. What are we doing about this, Kevin?
Right.
Oh, no doubt, Darren. He's wait. Oh, it's okay. I think he's all right. Yeah, he's all right.
And
Darren, I couldn't agree more.
Secretary Bessent do what he did. He brought them over to the Treasury along with Jay Powell and went through the cyber risks to make sure that they were aware of them. But we're taking every step we can to make sure that everybody's safe from these potential risks, including Anthropic agreeing to hold back the public release of the model until our officials have figured everything out.
You know, I mean, you're saying it was a routine meeting that was already planned, but is there a sense of urgency around this from the White House? Is there concern?
Absolutely. There's definitely a sense of urgency. It's something that is relatively new. The AI has developed a way to find, basically hacks in other software. And it can be a really, really good thing, because as long as the AI isn't released to the public, if it's given to law enforcement officials and our banks and so on, then they can harden their software and make it even better than it ever was before. And that's what we're trying right now.
Starmer only cares about what Muslims think and what Islam thinks. That's all he cares about. He's too afraid.
It's kind of
He let him in,
these companies that develop
and they would probably
these
destroy him
technologies express
if he
fear
goes
that
against
they're not
Islam
sure
too much.
That this thing unleashed is something that they can control. So this is a huge issue, and thank you for addressing it. We'll dig into it more next time. Kevin Hassett, thank you very much from the White House.
Bye,
Yeah,
Kevin.
you too.
We
Thank
got
you.
another video coming at you right here. This is the one I wanted to show you at first, but it's good we waited a couple minutes to get some more people in. This one here hit me the biggest right here. Watch this.
To follow the latest here out of Pakistan, as we do know, Vice
I'll
President
be
J.D.
back.
Vance is there right now. These talks currently underway here. These Iran peace talk negotiations. That's a live look there outside
That's
that
part
hotel.
of the cold problem.
Now, I also wanted to share this here with you. President Trump just shared this to Truth Social just moments ago, as he's announcing that the U.S. is starting the process of clearing out the Strait of Hormuz. If you are just tuning in here with us, we shared this before the break. I want to just reiterate what we have learned here from the president. He announced today, quote, that we're now starting the process of clearing out the Strait of Hormuz as a favor to countries all around the world, including China, Japan, South Korea, France, Germany, and many others. Incredibly, they don't have the courage or will to do this work themselves. Very interestingly, however, empty oil carrying ships from many nations
Vote him out of
are
office.
all heading
That's
to
the
the
best
United
you can do.
States to load up with oil.
Okay, so I can because I can, because I care. So I wanted you to know, did you hear what she just said? That this is a golden opportunity for the United States and Great Britain. Trump said, we are going to bring all empty oil tankers to the United States, and we're going to fill you up with oil. Well, apparently the United States is, from an oil point of view, going to become even more powerful. Iran wants to be stupid. We'll play it smart.
Announcement comes as negotiations between the U.S. and Iran are currently unfolding there in Pakistan, as I just shared with you. But President Trump went on to say the fake news media has lost total credibility, not that they had any to begin with, because of their massive Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. They love saying that Iran is winning when, in fact, everyone knows that they are losing, and losing big. The president goes on to say their Navy is gone, their Air Force is gone, their anti-aircraft apparatus is non-existent. Radar is dead, their missile and drone factories have been largely obliterated, along with the missiles and drones themselves, and most importantly, their longtime leaders are no longer with us. Praise be to Allah. The only thing they have going is the threat that a ship may bunk into one of their
that's
sea
funny.
mines, which, by the way, all
I love
28
Trump.
of their mine dropper boats are also lying at the bottom of the sea. Now, President Trump said today, as you just read in that post, that massive numbers of empty oil tankers are heading to the United States. This coming a day after Fox News Digital reported that oil traffic through the Strait of Hormuz remains effectively halted. A backlog of roughly 3,200 vessels, among them 800 tankers and cargo ships, built up west of the strait as of just yesterday, with ships idling as operators wait for clarity on whether it is safe to pass. So we are just learning that here from President Trump. I did want to bring that post to you here from Truth Social. Once again, we're still monitoring all of these talks here that are going on today in Pakistan. And on your screen is just a graphic we have created here for you. As I've been saying, the vice president is leading these talks, but he's also joined by Steve Witkoff, who is the special
War is a reality of life, shock. Yeah, leave him out of here. War is a reality of life. We
heard from President
can't
Trump
stop it.
just
There's
yesterday.
nothing I can
Very
do.
briefly, he spoke to
It's in
reporters
God's hands.
about what he said to the vice president before he left for these talks. Let's listen in.
Jesus says there'll be wars and rumors of wars, so here we are. Let's do it.
Well, I wish him luck. He's got a big thing. We'll find out what's going on. They're militarily defeated, and now we're going to open up the Gulf with or without him. But that'll be open. We're going to be, or the Strait as they call it. and I think it's going to go pretty quickly. And if it doesn't, we'll be able to finish it off one way or the other. It's going well. The Navy's gone, the Air Force is gone, all anti-aircraft is gone, the leaders are gone, the whole place is gone. So we'll see how it turns out. So it's JD, it's Steve, and Jared. You have a good team, and they meet tomorrow. We'll see how it all works out.
You're not going to let them toll the strait, are you? I mean, it's international.
No, we're not going to let that. It's international water. If they're doing that, nobody knows if they're doing that. But if they're doing that, we're not going to let that happen.
What would a good deal look like for you?
No nuclear weapon, number one. You know, I think it's already been regime change, but we never had that as a criteria. No nuclear weapon. That's 99% of it.
Strait of Hormuz as well?
Yeah, but that'll open up automatically. The answer is yes, but the strait will open up. If we just left, the strait's going to, otherwise they make no money. So the strait's going to open. But what we have is no nuclear weapon, but we'll open the strait anyway. Don't forget, we don't use the strait. Other countries use the strait.
Well, I don't know. You know, maybe somebody knows more about this in the chat than I do. If gas is $4.15 a gallon on average nationwide or whatever, why can't we go ahead and just tap our strategic oil reserve for just a short time until this is resolved in a few weeks? If we're getting all our oil or all the Gulf's oil tankers sent to the United States, rerouted and probably escorted by a couple destroyers or whatever for at least quite a while, why don't we go ahead and just tap our strategic oil reserve? But maybe you guys know more about that than I do. I'm just a preacher from the backside of Michigan. But I appreciate you guys being here this morning.
Splashdown confirmed at 7:07 p.m. Central Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time. A perfect bullseye splashdown for Integrity and its 4 astronauts.
How long is this video?
That would put the end of the mission at a mission elapsed time of 9 days, 1 hour, 31 minutes, 35 seconds.
We got more news after this. I know this has been like playing like crazy, and it was fantastic to see. But in fact, why don't we do this? We're gonna do this one last. Is it important? Absolutely. You guys were right here on Mike Shriver Ministries when that rocket went up and they came back home safely. Why did that only feel like 2 days from the moment of launch till their return? It was so quick. Okay, here we go. On to the next video. We got to put the cloaking device back on this one and uncloak this one. Never mind this one. And punch it, Chewie.
It's great to have you here. And when
Glad
you
to be
and your
here. Thank you.
colleagues come back for the week, obviously
What
this
happened
is
to my
going to be one
camera?
of the things that's going to be on the table. Do the Democrats have any chance of forcing the hand with President Trump?
They don't have any chance. They should know better. They should have learned their lesson by now that they're not going to be able to force his hand. We're going to get the job done. Look, our main focus right now
Get
is
her
getting
done.
the Homeland Security funded, and we're going to do that.
Larry the Cable Guy,
It may be
circa
a
2008.
reconciliation bill. That remains to be seen, but we are determined to get this done. And under the leadership of Mike Johnson and President Trump and in the Senate, we're going to come together and we're all going to get this done.
What is your priority when you return?
Our priority is going to be to make sure that we're supporting President Trump and what he's doing in Iran and the conflict in Iran. I applaud him for the ceasefire. Let's face it, no one except for Donald J. Trump could have got us to the point that we're at right now. And we need to give this ceasefire a chance. We need to make sure that we're helping the president every way we can. But we've got to get Department of Homeland Security funded, and that is one of our biggest priorities right now.
How do you think that that's going to play out? I had Congressman Michael Ruley on Mornings with Maria Friday morning, and he
Here I
told
am.
me
My
that
God, I thought I
basically,
didn't exist anymore.
He believes there's going to be 2 reconciliation
House is a
bills.
mess.
One
We're
in
cleaning
the
my house
spring,
today
one
too.
in the fall.
Me. I'll be doing it. My
That
daughter's
could be
helped
the
me enough.
case.
It's
It
my
remains
turn to
be
really
seen
jump in.
what exactly the play call is going to be, but we've got options, and that's important, and we'll use those options. Look, reconciliation is not an easy process. We made it look easy when we did the Working Families Tax Cut Act.
Rupert Lowe
because
is
we
the
were
only way
determined
to
do
go
it.
in the
But
UK.
it
Don't
is
you
not an
know?
easy process, but we will do it, and
I
we
trust
will
your
get it
opinion on
done.
that.
We are determined, and we're
Anyone's
going to
better
make
than
sure that
Starmer.
Department of Homeland Security is funded. Look, the #1 one responsibility of the federal government is to protect our homeland, protect our citizens. We can only do that with a strong defense, and the Department of Homeland Security is part of that defense.
And as far as these talks in Islamabad, what are your expectations here?
Well, look, I remain optimistic, and as I said before, only Donald Trump could have gotten us to the point we're at right now. I hope Iran will negotiate.
Don Trump's in the house.
I pray
Good to see you, man.
Another issue for Washington right now is trust among American taxpayers. A way to look at these new Fox polls, it shows a record 70% now believe that taxes that they're paying are too high.
We need a World War II era in Winston Churchill in the UK right now. That would be great.
Wasteful. Now we're learning Vice President Vance's new anti-fraud task force has flagged more than $6 billion in potentially fraudulent government contracts.
Yeah, look at this.
What do you say to the American people who are tired of being an ATM to fraudsters?
Well, I don't blame them. They should be frustrated. I'm frustrated. As a member of the Budget Committee, I can tell you waste, fraud, and abuse is something that we are determined to rid this country of. Whenever you get a bloated bureaucracy like we have, you're going to have this. But we've got to have help, too. We've got to have help at the state level. I'm telling you, people are tired of this. They're tired of seeing what happened in Minnesota. I served with Tim Walsh, but I will tell you, Tim Walsh needs to be in handcuffs, and he needs to go to jail.
Yes, he does. Yes, Tampon Tim.
To hold some of these
and his dispensers need to be put in prisons in the United States. Every cell gets a Tampon Tim tampon dispenser purchased by the fraud, right? Because, men need tampons. How does that even work, and why is my camera being stupid again?
Let's talk about America's economic map. It's being redrawn because of taxes in this nation. There's a new boom belt across the Southeast that's bringing in
I'll get my camera fixed in a minute, guys. Hold on. I got to finish the word conservative.
Americans are fleeing to low-tax, business-friendly states. And some big blue cities are trying a very different strategy, paying people to move back. Detroit's now offering cash incentives up to $15,000 to try and get people to come back to their city. What do you make of this? Is this a new trend do you think we're going to see from these blue cities?
And New York wants to tax everybody and their mother for leaving Democrat states.
They're not going to succeed. I don't think that's going to work. Look,
we're going to give you a good go-bye-bye tax.
The area that you're talking about where the boom is taking place is under Republican leadership. Pro-worker, pro-business. This is where businesses want to locate. Just this past week, we had Yamaha announce that they were moving their headquarters from California to Georgia. Georgia for 12 years in a row has been the #1 state in which to do business. That is the reason for that, and the reason is because of our conservative Republican leadership that has created a fertile environment for businesses to succeed, for business to invest, and for businesses to grow.
Now, as far as what we're seeing across the country, I mean, we're looking at $39 trillion in debt right now, and this is one of the things, the reasons why Doge, was one of the first things that President Trump did when he returned to office. How concerned are you right now about the federal debt? Because we're hearing from
I need to move. I'm blocking things. Look how much weight I've gained. I can even block a screen now from you guys to see in it. Sit on a rainbow Skittles comes out. How terrible. I need to.
And this is intergenerational theft. We cannot do this to our children, to our grandchildren. We've got to address that. This is why in the
no kidding, Chase.
We had a hearing where we're trying to get
that's kind of funny.
GDP. If we can get it down to that, we can start chipping away at it, and we can get this under.
Chase got jokes. It's true, though. I mean, really.
That's what we're trying to do.
A drunk word salad.
Let's get this down. This didn't happen overnight. We're not going to be able to relieve it.
We all need Jesus, though, folks. I still have to be a minister, and I'm not going to let spirit of hatred rip me.
And we can only do that through a strong
At least, maybe for no more than 5 seconds before I intercept it. Let the Lord stop it.
Then we are in defense. We can't sustain that.
Well, certainly there is going to be a lot of things to work on when Congress returns to Washington.
And
thank you for
moving on to the next video right here, right now. Mike Shriver Ministries. We're all about hearts and minds here at Mike Shriver Ministries. And I'm going to fix the echo. The echo is fixed. Echo fixed. There's about a 60-second delay. between me and you. So
Forces
Echo
veteran and chief
fixed.
strategist for the Middle East Forum, Jim Hansen, and Israeli Special Ops veteran Aaron Cohen. Thank you both for being with us here today. Aaron, I'll start with you. You're here with me in LA. I want to pick up on this thing that President Trump said about they tell you one thing to your face, the Iranians, and then they go out to the press and say, no, we're going to keep enriching nuclear uranium.
So that's the two faces of the Middle East. We have an expression in Hebrew. Say that
again. A little slower, bro.
So here's what happens behind closed doors. They're going to talk. But the only reason, I think it's important for everybody to understand this, the only reason why the IRGC is sitting down in Pakistan right now in the next couple of hours with J.D. Vance is because they were forced to by pressure. And pressure creates diamonds. This regime for almost 50 years has been the bully of the Middle East, attacking hundreds, if not thousands, of U.S. troops. And now we're finally seeing them backed into a corner. But keep in mind, thousands of nodes have been hit over the last 6 weeks. They've got nothing but have to sit down and negotiate. And if it wasn't for the president, if it wasn't for that Israeli intelligence working with the U.S. military, we would not be here today. Nobody should get it twisted. This was pressure driven by the U.S.
Jim, do you agree with that? From the outside, it's really hard to go into these negotiations expecting some level of optimism, the way the Iranians speak. But as Aaron points out, the way they behave behind closed doors is very different than the bravado they give to the public.
Yeah, talk is cheap. You know, they can say what they want. They can go ahead and bluster and try to put the American team off balance by making a bunch of demands nobody really expects to even get considered. But in the end, they don't have a lot left. Their economy is in a shambles. You know, they barely hung on when they had to slaughter, tens of thousands of their population to stop the last uprising. So they don't have a whole lot of strength at home. Now, that doesn't mean they're beaten. But at this point, they have to decide, do we want to, go ahead and take on the last most powerful strikes the U.S. can do, or potentially some other ways to damage them? You could shut down the Strait of Hormuz ourselves and cut off their oil flow. You could debank them and go ahead and stop them from being able to use any of the banking systems and starve the regime. They don't have a whole lot of power, and I think they're going to be a little bit more amenable to the actual negotiation.
I actually want to ask this question to both of you, Jim and Aaron. I'll start with you, Jim.
Darren,
and I want to bring in the voice of opposition.
Let's
play devil's advocate for just one moment. If you were watching a separate network, if you opened a newspaper based out of New York, you would hear that the United States is in a quagmire, that we are losing this war, that Trump has lost this war. Were you sitting with someone making that argument? What would you say to them, Jim?
I would say that that's the usual thing that the media does, is to oppose, people like Trump who are upsetting the world order. They have a agenda they want to push. You have to look at what's actually happened. You can't lose your entire military, your conventional military strength and then claim to be winning a war. What they've got is an asymmetric capability to cause trouble in the Strait of Hormuz, which is important, and they still have some enriched uranium, which they're going to give up one way or another. What they do not have is a way to win this war if they just think they're going to, string the negotiating team along. The U.S. will put whatever pressure is necessary on them to go ahead and bring this to a successful conclusion.
Aaron?
I agree with Jim, but here's where I'm at with that.
What's a quisling?
CNN, any of these other Reuters out there, anyone else who's so revolved in Trump derangement syndrome to not be able to put their finger
is a scourge on the world.
Reality of the operational ground situation, Will. 16,000 sorties in the last month. Over 600 nodes have been hit, including missile defense batteries, drone launch sites. Over 200 of the IRGC's top leadership killed by Israeli intelligence packages. The lights have been off. The internet's been shut off for the last month. Nobody has been able to see the amount of damage, with the exception of that little CNN crew that slipped in there. But I can assure you they did not get taken to all of the different strike sites. The fact is, Iran has been crippled. The only reason why they're at the table today in this moment is because they don't have a choice. And that's where I'm at with that. The fact is, if they do not play ball and they do not open up this strait and give the word, they are going to get thumped again, and they should.
And Aaron, you pointed out to me that once the lights get flipped back on, once their internet is now free and available, the world will see. And you agree?
No
with
deal.
President
Get that
Trump,
Islam symbol off my screen. Get him out of here.
I think the moment the airstrike, yes, I feel like the
I got to
victory was
preach
in the
against Islam
airstrikes.
again sometime this week. It's been
16,000
about
sorties
a
will.
month.
The 10-year pushback of the #1 state sponsor of terror in the history of modern warfare. Over 90 million hostages literally being held by an Islamic State regime, these mullahs. The victory's already happened. We already have a completely different battlefield emerging in the Middle East. And once this thing gets wrapped up, could be a question of weeks or months, we're going to see a completely different space here.
Okay, really quickly, last to you, Jim. But the United States does require 2 conditions for this war to end: a free and open Strait of Hormuz and 0 nuclear enrichment from Iran. What is your level of optimism that that can be extracted by Vice President Vance?
I think it's still a stretch to get to both of those in this negotiation. I have a feeling it could go badly and things go ahead.
Good morning, Kosei Makes.
But that doesn't mean that in
Los
the
Andrews
end,
in the
they're
house.
going to give up that uranium and
Rich
ships
Max
are
could have
flow.
been hanging
They
out
don't
and being
really
cool
get a
with
vote
us, but
in
we
the
had to
final
fire
end
him
of this.
too.
Right.
So
Jim
did
Hansen,
Viking.
Aaron Cohen, fascinating conversation. Thank you
Well,
both for being with us.
If you would be willing to come onto my show, once I get to know you in the chat a little bit more, you never let somebody in your pulpit that you don't know. That's just not smart. that's just bad. That's just bad leadership in Christianity.
From outer space to overseas.
Here we go with another video,
Vice President
folks.
J.D. Vance
See how long
and
does this
top
one
US
last? I got to be able to step away
negotiators
for a
are in
minute.
Pakistan for high-stakes peace talks with Iran.
Yeah, as we said, a lot going on these days. President Trump says he is preparing the military to resume military strikes if a deal is not reached.
Lucas Tomlinson is live in
Should have
Islamabad
never stopped.
with the
But I
very
understand
latest.
give
Good
a
morning,
peace a
Lucas.
chance. It's almost midterms.
Good morning, guys. Less than a week after President Trump declared a 2-week ceasefire, Vice President J.D. Vance is already here for the first face-to-face talks with Iran since that ceasefire has been declared and since the war started 6 weeks ago. And it appears to be a war that both sides want to have ended. And the vice president could potentially be the most senior U.S. leader to meet an Iranian official since the 1979 revolution face-to-face. And Vice President Vance just met with Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. Vance arrived here in Pakistan about 5 hours ago.
We're definitely
The
living through
president's
some
special
Bible
envoy,
prophecy
Steve
right now.
Witkoff,
At
Jared Kushner
minimum,
also
the
here.
wars
Vance
and
was met
rumors
by
of
Pakistan's
wars
Army Chief
and the
and Field
birthing
Marshal Asim
pains
Munir,
that Jesus
dressed
talks
in
about in Matthew
civilian
chapter
clothing.
24.
Last night, Munir was in a military
definitely.
uniform when he greeted the Iranian delegation when they arrived late last night. Leading the Iranian delegation, the Speaker of Iran's parliament and former mayor of Tehran. Iran's foreign minister is also here.
I am spiritually
Air Force
Jewish,
Two is en route
being
to
a Holy
Islamabad.
Ghost-filled Christian. So yeah, I was
Iranian speaker
grafted
issued
into
two
the vine of
ultimatums
Christ,
before
right?
negotiations
And
could
Vance
proceed. A
2028, I
ceasefire in
agree.
Lebanon
Or
and the release
Rubio,
of
either
Iran's
one's
blocked
good.
assets. Just a few moments ago before we went on air, guys, a U.S. official
So I am a
denying
Jew,
that it has
and I'm proud of it.
released any
My God
assets
is a Jew,
before these
and
talks have even
Islam,
started. Here was Vice
your
President
Ayatollah
Vance
is in
before
the
departing
hands
for the
of a
talks here in
Jew,
Islamabad.
and he will be destroyed in the lake of fire.
We'll of course see, as the President of the United States said, if the
Can you
Iranians
imagine?
are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly
Terrible
willing to extend
to
the
go to the
open
lake of
hand.
fire.
If they're going to try to play us, then they're going
But
to
now
find
we
the
act like that
negotiating
doesn't
team
exist.
is not
You
that
know,
receptive.
because,
So
you know,
we're going to try to have a
why
positive
worry about
negotiation.
eternity
The
when you can
President
just
gave
live
us some
here
pretty clear guidelines,
and then die?
and we're going to see.
And President Trump telling the New York Post, quote, "We have a reset going. We're loading up the ships with the best ammunition, the best weapons ever made, even better than what we did previously. And we blew them apart. And we
Christian,
don't have a deal.
it's great to see you,
Using
my
them,
friend.
and we would be using
And
them
fellow
very
Larry
effectively."
with Larry
Some key
O'Connor,
issues hanging over
subscriber.
these talks as more US forces
I adore
arrive
him.
in the
Larry
region with two
O'Connor
key issues. That's
is the
opening
best
up the
thing
Strait
that
of
has
Hormuz,
ever
also
happened
the
to
future
social
of
media.
Iran's nuclear program.
Him and men
And
like
it
Professor
appears
Nez,
that the Iranians are
absolutely
happy that Vice
excellent.
President J.D. Vance is here in Islamabad to lead the talks after previous talks before the war failed, guys.
So Lucas, real quick, the Iran's parliament speaker, Mohammad Ghalibaf, put these preconditions for
Mohammed
the
what?
talks to start that included ceasefire in Lebanon.
There are good people in the
and
Middle East.
unfreezing of
There are.
assets. Is there any indication that this is in jeopardy of starting? And then on top of that question, I see where you are.
Oh yeah,
Is there an
Larry is
indication that once the
fantastic.
talks start, if they
You know, the
do,
beeper
that we'll see
button.
something?
He doesn't usually have to use it, but when he does,
We
he
were told
needs to go a
before the
little
trip
bit
to be
quicker.
wary of what
But
the Iranians Iranians are putting out.
No one's
Griff.
perfect.
And just a few minutes ago, or the Iranian side said that the U.S. had agreed to release these assets, billions of dollars in sanctions relief. But just moments before coming on air, Griff, a senior U.S. official denied that any sanctions relief had taken place, saying simply, we haven't even sat down to begin these negotiations. Again, Vice President Vance just wrapping up a meeting with Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and has not yet met face-to-face with the Iranian delegation. And by the way, there's no guarantee that Vance will be meeting face-to-face with the Iranian side. Pakistan is mediating these talks, and just like we saw in Oman, these exchange of notes could be taking place. But the Vice President is here in Islamabad to lead the talks, and he would be the most senior U.S. official to meet an Iranian delegation since before the 1979 revolution, guys.
You know, Lucas, you'd given some biographical points about the Iranian side of the negotiations.
It goes back 4,000 years, Darren, to Isaac and Ishmael.
Are they?
That's a Bible. This is a Bible thing. This whole thing's a biblical war.
Pursuing these negotiations.
If I heard you correctly,
shut up, get out of my
a little
channel. Goodbye.
distance here, some,
Thank you, Angela.
7,000 miles away. President Trump wants to see the Strait of Hormuz open. That's a big issue. And as we heard from General Keane, Iran shut down the Strait of Hormuz to stop
leave
the
it
war,
closed.
and
We'll
the
just
US
sell all the
has
oil to the
effectively
world.
stopped the war. But the White House has insisted all week that this war was only going to last 4 to 6 weeks. Today marks 6 weeks since the start of the war, Lisa.
Well, Lucas, I don't know if you can hear me.
Now,
What I want
aren't
to
we at a
know
ceasefire?
For the Iranian
right?
side, are they hardliners? What do we know about them personally and the way that they might be entering into these
It's
negotiations?
Islam. They're all hardliners.
Well, Ghalibaf, the former mayor of Tehran, who is the Iranian speaker, he is someone that some on the U.S. side, the Trump administration, think they can deal with. He's a hardliner, certainly has a career in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, but he is someone that the Trump administration thinks they can negotiate with. If they didn't, Lisa, Vice President Vance, as Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner would not have ordered those planes and flown here to Islamabad. So it's someone they do feel like they can negotiate
Just get out of my
with.
channel.
But as we just saw in the weeks prior, over a month of
Blame the Jews. That's what people do.
13,000
Blame the Jews.
If these
They're
talks
precious
don't bear
people and
fruit,
some of the most intelligent humans on
US
the
Muslims'
planet.
finger is still on the triggers, we were told, and this war could resume.
Thank you, Lucas. Good stuff.
Thanks, Lucas.
Certainly high stakes negotiations going on here, and an important reminder, as Lucas just pointed out, that President Trump says he still has his finger on the trigger, and if things do not go well and they don't feel like Iran is negotiating in good faith, he will pull that trigger and get back to bombing the ever-living daylights out of Iran.
I'm Steve Ducey.
A lot of their daylights that we're living are now
Click here
dead.
to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest.
It's true. While the shaky ceasefire between the
Yeah,
U.S.
you can't speak
and
English.
Iran
Get out of here.
has now held for the last 2 days. Talks to end the war
It's kinda
began
loud.
just minutes ago. Iran's state TV says negotiations between the two sides started just after 9 this morning. Vice President J.D. Vance is leading the high-level talks on behalf of the U.S.
Yeah, you got
Vance said
7
yesterday
mayors
he is
in
hopeful
Great Britain that
for
are
the
Muslim,
negotiations.
right? 7 mayors.
We're looking forward to the negotiation. I think it's going to be positive. We'll, of course, see. As the President of the United States said, if the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand. If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive. So we're going to try to have a positive negotiation. The President has gave us some pretty clear guidelines, and we're going to see.
The war in Iran is causing major economic effects across the world. In the United States, the war is driving up gas prices. And
Well, yeah, and that's what I was saying too to everybody, Darren, is that the reason why the UK is staying out of this is because your president or PM is afraid of Islam, because the French, from my understanding, emptied almost all of their Islamic folks that weren't citizens into Great Britain. And your PM said, come on, there's a place for you at the table, Islam. Come on, take over our nation. And, let's put innocent people in jail just for commenting on social media and let all the baby harmers out. Ugh.
causing increased inflation. The latest consumer price index report shows inflation.
You guys need a second amendment. Maybe the United States can help you with that. You know what I'm saying? In all seriousness. A second amendment goes a long way in a country. The Democrats in the United States might say, well, bless Jesus, no, it doesn't, but you just wait. Let them try to take the Constitution. And if they even try to take the Word of God, we will go through all of them.
Jubilation here in the flight control room. The first crew member is out of integrity.
Jubilation indeed. Artemis II astronauts returned to Earth after a successful splashdown. They spent nearly 10 days in outer space, traveling 252,756 miles away from the Earth. The
Flat earthers, earthers with an earther. Flat earthers, take that.
NASA astronaut.
You watch the rocket go up, people.
Marine aviator.
Flat Earth, give me a break.
Just your reaction. I mean, I've been wowed all morning. I stayed up late watching all of the coverage. What are your thoughts this morning?
God says, I sit above the circle of the earth.
Such a great day, such a great moment.
It's a globe, people. It's a globe.
Moment, I think, for the nation, as well as the astronauts and everybody else. There's been a lot of tributes. I'm jealous because I wish I was there. But at the same time,
there's a new one.
So many tributes that have been going out. Just to recognize
new video.
Another set is the tens of thousands of people that have made all of this work right. This has really been a national effort. There's businesses across all 50 states that are part of this program. And they're large businesses and small businesses, and probably 40% or more are small businesses. So all the way down to the mom and pop shops. Everybody put in their best effort. Everybody put in their care and commitment. And at the end of the day, this is really the secret sauce that makes this thing work and makes America great.
The secret sauce of some of the smartest individuals that the country has to offer, dreaming big, working together. Talk to me, Andrew, about we're not done. I mean, it is Artemis 3, 4, 5. They're going to go in 2027, and you see that they're going to test those launch the lunar rovers. But then by 2028, you're literally going to have a presence on the moon, and maybe by the end of 2028, an actual beginning of the moon base. Talk to me about these next missions.
Sure, ambitious, aggressive, but doable. From the SLS, Orion, and the ground crew at the Kennedy Space Center, we're ready to go, ready to rock and roll. This is what you would call probably a TRL-9, technical ready level 9, which means it's about as operational as any spacecraft is going to get. Next step up is to get these landers ready to go and start sending humans to the moon. It's a bit more aggressive.
Trolls with souls, as I call them. I actually have to get that trademarked before too much longer. It's going to cost a little bit, but I'm determined to win 3 trolls with souls to the Lord this year. But I believe I'm going to do it when I'm teaching or preaching. I don't think I'll be able to do it here, although I don't doubt the Lord. My trolls are trained to eliminate. Unless I say, okay, well, that one wasn't so bad. Let's don't do it. But I do have the best trolls on the internet because they love to annoy the channel. But I got even better moderators, and they have orders to eliminate without hesitation.
Why does this matter?
Well, first off, we don't take any money on orbit.
Tommy Robinson. I'm going to look information on him up. I'm curious.
And the return on investment, I think, has always proven itself, not just economically, not just technologically, not just geopolitically, but a bigger piece to me is the inspirational piece of it all. So
I know what I wanted to do.
When we landed on the moon with the Apollo program, and we haven't had that kind of inspiration since. You know, my father told me that success in life is only got 2 factors to it. One is inspiration, one is perspiration. So the fact that
was kind of funny. Perspiration.
And we've inspired not just a nation, but we've inspired a planet.
And we've inspired a new generation. Orion Space Manager Howard Hu talking in his message that he hopes the youngsters will be as moved as you were. We appreciate your contribution to this and look forward to what the future holds. Andrew Allen, thank you for taking time.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
And I'm Mike
Click here
Schreiber.
to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
I am looking up a video of an Islam woman who was arrested in the United States and she started having a coronary arrest in her Islamic spirit and screaming, "I am Islam, I am Muslim, you must release me, you must release me." And we're going to show that video as soon as I find it. But in the meantime, I will do my duty the best of my ability, sir. Picard and Cisco's conversation, the first episode of Deep Space Nine. Here we go, guys. I got another video right here. Let's go with this one right here. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. Times World News. I don't normally use them, but let's see what they have to say. I sometimes like to get a little more balanced view. I like to know what the libtards are thinking on occasion. So occasionally I might drop one that might be libtardable. Somebody remember that phrase? I coined it, libtardable content. So here we go. Punch it, Chewie. Here we go. Hey, where's the words? People talk. What is this? There's no human interaction on this?
Branded a...
Okay, we got words coming.
In the hushed corridors of Islamabad's Serena Hotel, the visual
nice
contrast
hotel.
Is jarring. While the world's mediators arrive in the polished silk of global diplomacy, the Iranian delegation appears as a monolithic wall of black. This isn't just a wardrobe choice. It is a calculated, soft power armor. In the wake of the 2026 strikes and the loss of the supreme leader,
armor.
These black coats signal a nation that has moved past the stage of shock and into a permanent state of mourning and mobilization.
Mourning for what?
Notice the missing tie, the ultimate anti-West signature of Tehran.
Oh.
Since 1979, the necktie has been branded a symbol of Western decadence.
Oh, this is informational. I like this, though. I'm dead serious.
With open collars, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf is delivering a silent opening
Well,
statement.
good morning, Paula. You guys are lovely today, too.
But we will never assimilate. It is a
no, the Borg assimilate.
To button up to the rules of a rules-based order they believe has failed them. But the real story is in the details. On Ghalibaf's lapel sits a badge that is a geopolitical landmine. It features the late Ayatollah Khamenei alongside his son and successor, Mojtaba.
Ayatollah Insani is more like it.
Would end with the war. This pin is a
but, you know,
rebuttal.
They're in the hands of a Jew.
That the succession is settled,
his name is Jesus.
Is intact, and
the irony just blows my mind.
Firmer than ever.
I mean, sure, any of us could end up in hell, but the Ayatollah, oh, it's just,
on his chest.
It's biblical irony.
Iran, outlined in a sharp golden border. After weeks of U.S. and Israeli airstrikes targeting Iranian soil, this isn't just jewelry. It's a territorial red line. The gold doesn't just signify value, it signifies permanence.
I'm going to find that video.
Arakchi is wearing the very thing the U.S. has been trying to reshape. The map of a sovereign Iran, unyielding and undivided. This is sartorial psychological warfare. The Iranians are framing themselves as the men in black, the somber, disciplined resistance.
Don't insult that movie, at least the first one.
What they call Western hubris. While the Americans project the image of a corporate superpower, the Iranians are projecting the image of a Spartan-like state. They aren't here to look like partners.
Hey, listen, 300 Spartans took out a whole bunch of Persians, by the way. Oh, I didn't think about that. The 300 took out a whole bunch of them.
Remember, in diplomacy, nothing is accidental. From the black coats of mourning to the badges of political continuity, Tehran has already told the Americans their answer before a single word was spoken. They are in black because they have suffered. They are tireless
Sorry,
because they are
fixed.
defiant, and they are pinned with their leaders because they are not going anywhere.
So was that like trying? Oh, whoops! I deleted the wrong one. Was that them trying to make a statement on that news network that Iran's not going anywhere? Well, fine. We'll just blow them out of the water or wherever else we find them. As long as this war is going on, there's no safe place for their government. Here we go with another video right here, right now on Mike Shriver Ministries. No place I'd rather be. Right here, right now. Watching the world wake up from his story.
Well, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Officially, the talks are underway here in Islamabad between the U.S. side and the Iranian side. The U.S. side, of course, represented by Vice President J.D. Vance, and perhaps
No, I'm not shirtless either. None of you would be able to watch. I'm ugly as a monkey's uncle.
Axios reporting a pair of guided missile destroyers.
But I'm also modest, as we should be.
Strait of Hormuz, likely to get Iran's attention, certainly after President Trump demanding repeatedly that the Strait of Hormuz be open. Vice President Vance landed here in Islamabad about 6 hours
talks
ago.
canceled with Lebanon.
Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz
Fascinating.
Sharif. The president's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner are also part of the delegation. Before landing, Air Force Two arrived here in Islamabad under a Pakistani F-16 fighter escort, jets sold to Pakistan by the United States. And leading the Iranian delegation, the Speaker of Iran's parliament, Iran's top diplomat, is also here. Here's President Trump on what he hopes to achieve with the talks being held for the first time since the war started.
What would a good deal look like for you?
No nuclear weapon. Number one. You know, I think it's already been regime change, but we never had that as a...
Watch the left edit out the word no. They're gonna edit out the word no. They would do it. They're so terrible.
That'll open up automatically. Yeah, the answer is yes, but the strait will open up.
So perhaps those guided missile destroyers will go a long way to opening up the Strait of Hormuz that the president wants to see happen. And a lot of the Iranian delegation is happy to see the vice president here. They think the talks with Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner did not go well before the war, and the two separate sets of talks.
I didn't even see what you put.
I've spoken to guys say if Iran's going to be
hot crypt keeper. Well, I'm 51 now, so that tells you a lot. So maybe not so hot. You know what I used to say?
Sending those ships through. Other
oh, whoops, wrong one.
Think that, dealing with Iran is like
I gotta say something really quick. I gotta pause the video.
Guys.
All right, Lucas Thompson.
Okay, so I have an old saying. Okay, so this is the old, young, arrogant me, and not. No, wait. It wouldn't be arrogant because arrogant people are jerks. But when I was younger and I was overconfident, not just confident in my old age, I would joke around and I would say, I'd like when I worked at McDonald's when I was younger, I'd walk into work and I'd say, hey, is it hot in here, guys, or am I just good looking? I walk into a place that heats up. The moment I walk out the front door, it's ice in the building. And by the way, we do need ice in Dearborn, Michigan. But anyway, that was a little joke I used to do. But I'm not the same man I used to be. Now I put the Lord in my life and I do the best I can, as all of us do. God's not asking you to be completely perfect. The perfection idea for the human race died with Adam and Eve's fall from innocence in the Garden of Eden eons ago. And so now the Bible says we're striving for perfection. The concept of striving for perfection, that means it's a contest almost. It's we are struggling to be perfect. But that means complete. The word perfect means complete in the Greek language. So we are struggling for completeness. And what completes us? Jesus. What sanctified us? Jesus. What has saved us? We are saved, being saved, and are going to be saved if we're born again. John 3, Acts 2:38.
Live for us in Islamabad. A lot of good things there. Lucas, thank you. In adding to Lucas's reporting, just moments ago, President Trump on Truth Social saying in part, we're now starting the process of clearing out the Strait of Hormuz as a favor to countries all over the world, including China, Japan, South Korea, France,
Including
Germany,
China.
and many others.
The irony
Kayla,
just
let's
is
go back
amazing.
to you. Where do you see this going?
I see this as a shame unless our NATO allies are stepping up and helping out. We had this discussion
Yes,
earlier in
Starmer.
the week on Outnumbered.
Starmer,
President
it's
Trump,
time to
I'll
grow
tell you
up.
this. We all saw that contentious meeting with Zelensky that was in front of cameras, and everyone was like, shock and awe, whoa. They are much harsher meetings behind the scenes.
I
than
love
some of
Kaylee.
our allies.
Kaylee
And I've
McEnany,
seen
she's so
some of these
great.
meetings. And when I saw that the cameras did not go in there with NATO, routinely,
Hey, Lambert.
the
Good
head
morning,
of
good
NATO,
sir.
I knew President
My
Trump was
brother
really
in the
pressured.
Lord.
So to see this tweet this morning and no indication that NATO allies are stepping up, what a shame. What an absolute shame.
Kaylee, do you think the Iranians are sincere in wanting to negotiate, or is this just a delay tactic? How do you read
It's a
this?
delay tactic.
Yeah,
Oh,
international
that's
diplomacy
funny.
is messy. It's hard. It's difficult. There are ups and downs. It is not clean. But the added factor that makes this tougher, to your exact point, Lisa, is this is a terrorist, fanatical regime motivated by religious extremism. That being said, I can tell you this, they didn't respect Obama, the pallets of cash, the weak deal.
Right.
They didn't respect Joe Biden when they saw what happened at the Abbey Gate and the withdrawal from Afghanistan. Trump took out their Ayatollah. So if any president in the last 47 years has a shot at dealing with the religious fanatics, it is this one.
And of course, he's also decimated their nuclear capabilities, which was the initial, that has been the focus. That is the goal. And obviously, and he said many times, you know, if regime change is a tactic that is used as part of this, that's ancillary.
I
that's
got
great,
Darren. I want
but
to
that's
run
not the
something by
focus of this.
Darren.
The focus of this is to eliminate
Oops.
their
I
ability
think I unpaused the
to,
wrong video.
to get nuclear weapons, which everybody in the
That's
world
okay.
Agrees
Here's what we'll
would be
do.
a terrible thing, and then to do it while keeping the Strait of Hormuz open.
Yes, and you know, people might
Strait
not
of Trump
understand
is what it
this,
should be
but
called.
I think if you study it.
Okay. I want to run Darren, you're a Bible thumper, right? Like me? Or at least you know something of the Word of God. What if I told you, Darren, that when you read Daniel chapter 7, verse 9 and 10 first, then go back and read Daniel chapter 7, 1 through 8. Darren, what if I told you that Daniel chapter 7, verse 4, and ironically, I didn't think about this, the month of July, the 4th day. What if I were to tell you, without the names of our nations being mentioned? Well, okay, that's fine if you're not. But ask your Bible friends about this. Daniel chapter 7, verse 4. Daniel had a vision about the last days before Christ comes back. We know that because Daniel 7, verse 9 and 10 said, Daniel saw the Ancient of Days did sit. The thrones were cast down. That means authorities and powers of government. They bow. And that's fine, Darren. I love it. Great to have an atheist because that's just an opportunity. And so check this out, though. Even atheists love this because I've taught it to atheists. The United States came out of Great Britain in Daniel chapter 7, verse 4, King James Version Bible. And it's the same no matter what one you use. Because Daniel said, I had a vision and I saw a lion with eagle's wings. That's a chimera, right? But this is nations. We can prove it's nations in Bible prophecy. It's nations. So Daniel chapter 7, verse 4, Daniel said, I beheld until the wings were plucked off the lion, and they stood upon feet as a man, and a man's heart was given to it. The official symbol of Great Britain has always been the lion, at least for several, maybe 1,000 years at most or minimum. So there is a vision Daniel sees. The wings are taken off of the lion. They're eagle wings. And they are given feet, and a man's heart is given to it. I'm 99.91.7436822 to the 10th power positive. Daniel saw the Declaration of Independence from Great Britain, and the United States and Great Britain would separate We become separate nations, right? The colonies became, you guys gave us a good pounding, but we ended up winning. But Daniel saw the United States and Great Britain, and Daniel lived, 2,200 years before that even happened. In the next verse, get him out of my channel, get him out. Not going to desecrate the word of God, desecrate me, but not the word. Get him out too, get him, send him packing back to his mother. But Daniel saw the United States come out of Great Britain in 1776. Those are not nations that were on the earth at that time. Because in Daniel 7, 9, and 10, Daniel saw the Ancient of Days. And if we deny that the Ancient of Days is Jesus Christ, we need to re-examine Scripture. Because Jesus is the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning, the end, the one true God. Laugh all you want. When you're in the lake of fire, when you had an opportunity to avoid it, think of me. Above all, think of Christ. As you walk by him, as you drop into the lake of fire.
International relations, you will.
Maybe you'll get saved before then. I can't condemn you, but the word of God can.
He's a horrible dictator, but he is rational in the sense of he is motivated by self-preservation. He has nuclear weapons. We don't want him to have them, but he's never going to fire it at the United States because he cares about his own life.
Right.
I am not certain that the Iranian regime does, and that is why this is the most dangerous threat to the world.
It's a great point because North Korea is a hermit kingdom. But in the case of Iran, and particularly with Iran's neighbors, Saudi Arabia, UAE, the Gulf states, they are a major player. And so the thought of having nuclear missiles is very more significant than North Korea. But let me ask you this, because I got to get this in. The Democrats are already saying that this is a failure, that President Trump's caused this debacle. It's a quagmire already. In the media, now you're seeing as Vice President Vance goes on perhaps the most important trip for the most important meeting of his life so far. The stakes couldn't be higher. You're seeing some in the media saying that Iran's got the upper hand. And I said, wait a second, hold on for Iran has no navy. Iran has no air defense capabilities. As Charlie points out, Iran's nuclear program has been decimated, and the missile program also cannot restart because we bombed all the factories, 90% of them. And President Trump has compelled the few remaining people left, because most of their leadership is gone, with the exception of Iran's parliament speaker, Ghalibaf, which seems to be in the driver's seat. Why is the perception not honest?
It's not honest because you have some in the media carrying Iranian talking points. I mean, that is the sad, sad truth. Literally at times quoting Iranian propaganda. But to your point, Iran has been decimated. There's still work to do. There is uranium there. There's no doubt about that. But nevertheless, they're in a weaker position than they ever have been. And you have J.D. Vance there. I love that because I like competing voices. There's been reporting that, he's been of a different, persuasion when it comes to this war. I think that's great to have competing philosophies there. I can tell you this, Jared Kushner, I've worked with him behind the scenes. I've seen how he operates. He is so smart. He'll sit there quietly and then comes in with the right thing to say at the right moment. And by the way, for those who say this is impossible, they said it was impossible to get the hostages out of Gaza. They got them out. They said it was impossible to get a ceasefire. They made it happen. It was impossible to get Maduro on U.S. soil. They made it happen. So the impossible becoming possible has been the story of Trump too.
And the conflicting voices within the administration has been sort of a heckle by the left against. No, that is actually the great gift of President Trump. He surrounds himself by competing voices, listens to all of them, and then makes decisions on his own.
Yeah, and let me be clear, this may go poorly today. They may have to walk out of the room. But remember, it's about the long game. Sometimes you walk away from the negotiating table, you don't get what you want, you come back, and then you get more.
Well, it's also important to point out what Steve Wickoff
I got the
said
best
at beginning of
moderators
all
on
this.
YouTube,
The
and I
Iranians
just
were
want to tell you how much
potentially having up to 11 warheads
I think you
that
guys
could
are
be
awesome. I'm
warheads
proud of
that
you.
could particularly be, or potentially
And I
be
thank God
online
for
within
every
days
one
to
of
a
you.
week. So that's the why of why this started to begin
I'm
with.
honored
Also,
to
one
be
thing
in your
I'm
presence.
wondering is you look at the Iranian side of
True
the negotiations
patriots.
here. Lucas Tomlinson earlier said that they might
Even
be a
our
bit
atheist
more,
moderators.
pragmatic than some of the other leaders.
Great
So I wonder,
people.
in taking
Absolutely
out
great
many
people.
of Iran's leaders, have we strategically kept the ones that could potentially make peace and negotiate.
God has
in these
given me the
deals. I mean,
best.
you look at even like the Israeli pager operation, the Maduro raid that you pointed out, Kaylee, and even rescuing behind enemy lines, extracting those 2 airmen, and just how complex and strategic that has been. So I just wonder if we've intentionally kept some of the Iranian leaders.
This is
that
a
maybe
news, so
we
I'm
could
assuming
negotiate
this
with.
would be fair
We'll see.
use.
Yeah, it's a
But
great
if not, I
question,
guess
but I can tell you, the
I'll get the
negotiators should not walk
notification
in
that
today
we're
and do what
watching
their
it.
predecessors, many of whom have been slaughtered, did, which is walk in and say, hey, world's hegemonic power.
Muslim
We have
woman
enough uranium to
demands
make
her
all these nuclear
release.
weapons, and we intend to do it. And then
But
their
nope.
Ayatollah was gone within hours.
I think that's a good point.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
And I'm Mike
Click
Shriver.
here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
I love compelling analysis. It's important. We need to have something that compels us. The power of Christ compels you. That reminds me of the Exorcist movie. That still freaks me out the last time I watched it like 5 years ago. Okay, so this next video I got for you guys, I think it's going to go by fair use. If not, they'll let me know. I want to present to you something I watched 5 months ago. This is the spirit of Islam. It takes 25 minutes to get through this. Some of you may have seen it, but I think this needs to be watched, and I will deal with YouTube or whatever else I have to do later. I am not letting this go. All right, here we go, guys. You guys ready? This will blow your mind. And I will, by tomorrow evening, I'll probably have any notification on it. And if I don't get some sort of notification, I will show this again over and over again, like once every other week or something. Because as Americans, and yes, allies here in our chat of the United States, please also pay close attention, because this is the true spirit underneath whatever surface that Islam is peace. It is not peace. It is a bunch of hot garbage given to us by some dude who is a pedo prophet, as my pastor friend calls Muhammad, the pedo prophet, because he marries a 6-year-old and consummate it when she's 9 years old. Who does that? Apparently that dude. So here we go. It's coming up right now. I hit the wrong button here. Hold on. Well, where is everybody from in the chat? Well, I'm getting this from moderators. Where's everybody from? Non-moderators, everybody. I'm just curious. It's kind of cool to see where everybody comes from, because, you know, a week from now, I might forget where you were from anyway. So it's always good to know where you're from. And it's a good way to greet people. It's all about the meet and the greet. You know what I'm saying? All right, so here we go. Should play. Okay, well then maybe I'll have to re-click it again. Okay, let's get rid of this one first. What is this one? Okay, I'm going to play this one while I'm getting the other one warmed up in the bullpen. I didn't anticipate playing the video I want to show you, but after this video, we will put it up.
Telling you about this high-stakes meeting expected next week in Washington between Israel and Lebanon officials regarding an end to the Israeli strikes on Lebanon.
Yeah,
the Prime Minister of
fell
Lebanon
apart.
Now saying just
there is no
a short
peace talks
time ago
anymore.
That he will not be traveling to the U.S. after all, saying that trip is postponed. You can see this post right here on.
We got Western
media.
PA, California, now Georgia.
Of the current
hello, Irene.
Circumstances and
we have a bit. I don't think that's Aunt Irene. We have a new Irene. Good, welcome in.
People and their unity. I have decided to postpone my trip to the United Nations and the United States in order to follow up on the government's work from Beirut. Again, there is a lot to discuss.
Hello, Rock.
The situation underway there in the Middle East. We have the peace talks taking place between the U.S. and Iran over in Pakistan, and now no peace talks expected next week between Israel and Lebanon.
Ding, ding.
I do want to bring in a great friend of the show to help discuss it all and break it down for us. We have Mark Chandler, the Director of Intelligence Community Engagement over at Coastal Carolina University, also a former senior defense intelligence official. Mark, as always, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here.
You're welcome. Good morning.
Be under arrest
Thanks
for
for
assault,
having me
okay?
today.
Assault?
Yes.
What assault?
Of course, I want to start
Okay, this is going to get funny here in a minute.
There with Lebanon's prime minister. There were a lot of questions, obviously, these high-stakes meetings that were going to take place in Washington, D.C., between Israel and Lebanon, just days after we heard from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that there would be direct talks. Now we're hearing from the Prime Minister there in Lebanon. That's not going to happen next week. What can we take away from all of that?
Well, that's actually a significant development.
Welcome in
Josh.
from
Really
Arkansas. Good to see you.
When we look at this,
all right, we're going to come back to this one. I really want to get this one going for you guys. I've been meaning to show you guys this forever. And if it's not under fair use, then I will get the correction for it. I won't get a strike. I'll get a warning. So, but this is important that you watch this. This is the spirit of Islam within the world, not just the United States. You can't trust them anywhere you go. And I get it. There are good people within every religion. I'm sure there's some Islamic people that are atheist. I mean, but they don't follow Islam, but they got to act like it.
I did not assault nobody. Get a female.
Get a
Do
female.
not touch me. I'm a woman. I'm a Muslim.
Oh, I'm Muslim.
One of the big problems in the Arab and the Islamic world is the fact that very often religion is placed above the law, above the rule of law, above legislation, above other religious minorities in the country. And it's one thing if it happens far off in the Middle East or in a Muslim majority country. But what if such a belief exists inside the United States among
everybody?
Muslim
this guy, I have watched
States,
his stuff. That's how I found out about this video. Go give this guy a subscription if you
I'll show you a
can.
clip now of a woman who believes just that when she is confronted by police for crimes that she committed on the road. Take a look.
On June 22nd, 2024, at 7:30 a.m., deputies responded to the Kane County DOT lot for what looked like road rage with a splash of street theater. The victim said a blue Prius driver, later ID'd as Reem M. Al-Dahiri, tried to run him off the road, soaked him in his car, and took a few swings.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Islamophobia.
Come here.
Islamophobia. Okay, I gotta go take care of something. I am Muslim. I am Muslim.
Islamophobe white guy. I'm driving, minding my own business.
Come over here.
That's what they all say.
Minding my own business, right?
My own business.
This is recorded, right?
Yep.
I need to say that
if
one.
you back him up because he's white,
come here.
you're gonna pay for it.
I don't want you to
You back him up
So
because
here's
he's
the
white.
I'm driving, minding my own business, following the speed limit. Here comes this white guy trying to outspeed me. Are you listening to me or not?
I'm trying to tell my people that I'm out with you, so can you give me 1 second? Just give me 1 second, man, please.
Right, because you're not going to defend Islamophobic.
Give me 1 second.
He tried to kill me.
165, I'm out with her.
That's very disrespectful to police officers, immediately accusing them of being discriminatory. She's yelling at them aggressively. She's filming them.
Yeah, he tried to kill me, right? He tried to kill me.
Okay, so what happened?
He tried to kill me. I'm about to videotape this because he tried to kill me. You're not going to kill me in this neighborhood, okay? You're not going to defend Islamophobe. Alrighty, here you go. Yeah, he's Islamophobic.
Okay, so can we talk about what happened?
So I'm on my way to you, by the way.
Okay, I'm right here. I'm right here.
I'm on my way, not to you, to the police.
I am the police.
3 minutes away.
I am the police.
So here's what's happening. Are you coming too, or
so
what's
where this occurred is my jurisdiction. So I need you to talk to me. I need you to talk to me.
People are recording too.
We're recording.
Yeah, over here too. They're recording.
Okay, that's great. Can we talk about what happened?
So I'm driving, minding my own business. There's this Islamophobic white guy behind me, literally driving me to I don't know where, almost about to hit me.
Okay.
So I'm slowing down because I don't know what's going on. So he speeds up. You see how scared I am?
Yeah, I see it.
Right. So he speeds up in front of me.
Okay. We just want to
Notice
talk
how
about
she's trying to use adjectives to go use it in court.
Like, you know, breaking and breaking and breaking and breaking on his way to try to kill me. So here I am trying to avoid him. I need somebody Muslim to help me out with this.
I don't think there's anybody around here that speaks
Well,
it.
you're not gonna make me pay for being.
Okay. I think your English is fine. I can understand you great.
I'm not saying my English is fine. I'm saying that he's the Islamophobic, and he's the one who called the police while I'm on the way of calling the police. So if you're over here, you're gonna take my police report, and I'm gonna leave, and you're gonna make him pay. This is what's gonna happen. You're not gonna make me pay for what the Islamophobic guy did to me. So I'm telling you, you're gonna pay for this.
How to reset a Honeywell home
You let him go free
thermostat.
after he tried to kill me. You're gonna pay for this.
Okay, so we need to start from the beginning and get everybody's story, okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
You're getting everybody's story?
Yep.
Look, get my police report right now.
That's not how this works. Police reports just don't pop up. I gotta type it out. Takes a couple days.
Watching? Are you watching?
Ma'am, can we please just talk?
Is everybody watching?
Can we please just talk over here? We're
not gonna talk over here. We're not gonna disrespect me.
Can we please talk calmly and try to figure out what happened? You will get your police report, I promise.
Okay. Okay. Perez?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so where did this start?
You're not gonna
Where did
make
this
me
start?
pay for his Islamophobia because this is getting out of hand over here.
Where did this start?
Where did this start? On the street, one of these streets, while I'm driving, it's a beautiful day. I have no work, I'm not working, just minding my own business.
You're not working, huh?
Driving, having fun. Do you see how I look? Just driving in this air this morning. Out of nowhere, a guy in a blue Toyota behind me, rushing me to I don't know where in this neighborhood, okay? I'm not crying to you. Are you listening? That's your people. He's white. So the guy is white and that's his people. And look what they're doing. They're making it look like that I am the one that... They're making it look like that I am the problem. I am not the problem. I am the one who he tried to run me over with his car.
I think you are the problem, miss. The woman who's not working, probably taking benefits, and is now accusing everyone of being racist, including the police officers who came to investigate the incident.
Avoided him, and I avoided him successfully, and I'm still scared. So here I am driving to the police to make the police report. Next thing I know, you're behind me. For what?
Okay. Did you follow him into any buildings or any property?
Is anybody else enjoying this? This is the insanity of the Islamic mind.
I'm gonna shoot you. You're gonna shoot me. You're not gonna shoot me. I'm not scared of you. I told him, you're not gonna kill me. I'm not scared of him.
Okay. Did you approach him at all?
He approached me, and then he ran in his car and closed the door. And that's when I had water, and I threw the water at him. I threw the water.
Hit a toe. Yeah.
But he got in his car. Why'd you throw the water at him?
No, don't tell me his car when he came over. I'm from New York.
Okay.
He attacked me first.
I'm not...
He attacked me first, and I protected myself. Yes, I defended myself from him. And you're not going to make him...
Her sister is her mother.
So
did he make any comments about your race or religion?
He did. He did.
What did he say?
He did. Muslim terrorist, he called me.
That's what he called you?
Yes, he did. A Muslim terrorist, and he tried to assassinate me.
Well...
He tried to assassinate me. He literally tried to kill me.
Exactly. The man. We got another the man in Mike Shriver Ministries.
If I was not a smart driver, yes.
Ream's version
I just want to say, go to Insightful Nomad's YouTube channel and give him a subscription. I've seen some of his content. He's got good stuff. So go to this right there, Insightful Nomad on YouTube. Tell him Mike Shriver Ministries sent you.
Assassination plot and Islamophobia claims, minus any actual weapon.
I drove trying to avoid him all over the place. I tried to avoid him everywhere. My way to literally finally getting away with him because I was able to manipulate him to go somewhere inside, right? I was able to manipulate him to go somewhere inside so I can get away from him. And here I am on my way to the nearest police station to make a police report. And they're gathering to protect me? Are they gathering to protect me or are they gathering to protect their own white people? Because if that's the
What,
case,
Jade?
they're gonna pay for the Islamophobia.
UND.
I haven't even met the other guy yet.
I do not care. So I'm here to make a police report. So I'm on my way to get
Wow.
to make a police report.
What? That doesn't make a lick of sense, Jade. That's crazy they did that.
That's not how this works. That's not how this works.
He was tailgating me, not only that, but when I avoided him, he almost ran into me through traffic to try to still come in front of me and heartbreak.
Was he trying to pass you?
No, he wasn't.
How did you try to avoid? Oh, he passed you?
Successfully.
Okay.
But he was not done with me because I'm a Muslim terrorist, right? And here he is. Right, that's exactly
You
what
couldn't
happened.
write
Yeah,
this
he was
stuff
white.
So he
at a novel.
I am done talking. Because now you're here to protect your own people.
Oh my God.
So he passed you and then brake checked you?
He brake checked me 100 times.
100 times.
A
Okay.
lot of times.
I had to remove your comment, but I understand your pain about this video, bro.
I almost hit all kinds of people.
Only because the F word. That's the only reason I deleted that.
And finally, I manipulated
We're glad you're here. Just try not to swear, please.
And here he is about to shoot me, about to kill this
He's about to shoot her.
How do you know he was about to shoot you?
Because
That's
he's
so
saying it. He's not
stupid.
afraid of
But he
saying
was
it.
in his car, right?
He was in his car after he attacked
Hey
me.
Jade, can you find me a YouTube link for that, and we'll put that up after this. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. Okay, so listen to how she is using those adjectives. And she's trying to say at this time and this happened, that happened, and she's using adjectives. She's using things like fear and he's trying to kill me, and to try to get the sympathy of a jury if this was to go further, which I do believe it did. Um, but here's what Jaded American has to say. Cattail in the way. Cat of nine tails all over the place. So here's what Jade had to say. The United Nations gave Iran a 3-year seat at the table for women's rights, disarmament, human rights. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Jade's like got a big old question mark. I've got 10 trillion question marks on that. And we're going to have a video for you here soon on that. We still got 16 minutes on this video. I just want to say, is Darren still here from the UK? Cat, you got to go this way. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Darren, it was great getting to know you and talk to you. I'm glad you're part of us. Hopefully you'll stay engaged with us. I'm dead serious when I said I would love to have somebody from the UK go live with me to discuss the Islam situation. But I don't want to put yourself in harm's way because Starmer and his Islamic buddies might try to have you arrested. So if you don't want to, I totally understand. I just want to say the United Kingdom's people are precious. And you guys need to try to adopt a Second Amendment at some point, if possible. I will always hold the UK in the highest esteem. We shed blood against each other, and we shed blood together as allies, and nothing can deter that by the grace of God. The American people cry out for the freedom of those in the United Kingdom.
Credit to these policemen. They are so patient with this lady, right? So patient.
They are.
And, you know, if you look at some of the incidents that created uproar in the U.S., it's like after 10 minutes of this, where something happens and then they show it out of context, right? That's often how, you know, the George Floyd incidents and others happened, Michael Brown, whatever, all these, you know, police misconduct, very often they happen after 15 minutes of dealing with a psychopath who then gets violent. We'll see if that's what she's going to do or not. I don't know.
He did. And he called his own people. I don't know why you're so invested in this, right? I'm not sure why you're so invested in this.
So he passed you and then...
Water. This was my protection against him.
Okay, so he
Everybody is watching?
Ma'am.
Are you watching?
Ma'am.
This was my protection against Islamophobia.
So he passed you and then brake checked you numerous times.
Numerous times.
And then how did you maneuver him out of... How did you...
I am Muslim.
How did you maneuver him out of the way?
How did I ended up maneuvering him. He ended up going the opposite,
You what?
Opposite of the of traffic, and I ended up going my way. So here he comes behind me. Here I am avoiding him over here. Here he is going over there, waiting to do. I don't know what. I don't know if he was when he went to the little. I think it was like a little industry place.
Yeah.
When he was going there, I don't know if he was going to U-turn to try to kill me again. So here I am going there, thinking it's probably a police station where this place is at.
So you followed him in there?
No. He followed me in there. U-turned.
Am I the only one to whom this just sounds like complete bullshit, right? I just feel like this is a
it's B as in B and S as in the S. Yes.
Whatever. They almost bombed and then he yelled something at her, terrorist, and then went on his way or something. Like, I don't know. Like, it just the story doesn't make any sense. It just feels like she's making it up as she
I am
goes
Muslim.
along. I don't know. Is it just
You must
me, or is it
obey
also
me.
you?
This is going to get even crazier.
You said he was in front of you.
I am the one.
Ma'am,
who's a victim here? Do you not understand
I'm just trying to get it figured out. So he was in front of you. I still don't know how you maneuvered him out of the way. How did you maneuver him out of the way?
So, regardless for the police report, we need to know your name and your information.
I am not given any name or any information.
Is this your car?
This is my car. I have a picture of his car.
Okay, can I see the picture of his car?
Yeah, how much was she paid to go out and do this, right? Does she get 72 virgin males in heaven? I mean, the men get something.
The black truck?
Nope, the blue one. Oh.
They didn't get the memo that there is no sex in heaven.
Rather than
I don't know how they
police
missed
who should be
that.
giving orders,
Oh
because
wait,
the
they don't
police
read the
are,
Bible.
You know, the police, they're in the position of authority, not her.
His car?
That's his car.
Oh, okay. Another blue Prius?
Yeah, another blue Prius.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so...
My question is, and then I'll stop interrupting as much. My question is, how many times did they rehearse this in a empty warehouse somewhere? You know what I'm saying? The woman and Islam. Because, how many times did they rehearse this, the woman and her cronies, in a warehouse somewhere in a town? And then now she goes to the road. She finds somebody to annoy. So, because road rage, sometimes people say things. It's not right. It's wrong. We shouldn't do it. But I've been there, done that, and got the t-shirt, even a ball cap. And so this is obviously a setup. And this is what I title the insidiousness of Islam. Computer, define the word insidiousness. For the people at home. Computer, define the word insidious.
Insidious means intended to entrap or beguile.
Computer, keep that on screen, but stop listening, please. Okay, so the word insidious means to entrap or to beguile. And that's why I have a series on my channel when I'm teaching it, The Insidiousness of Radical Islam. I've changed that from the insidious of radical Islam to the insidiousness of Islam. Because if they called jihad, even their average everyday citizen that wants nothing to do with death for the next 100 years has to get involved according to their rules and regulations of their beliefs.
And then did that damage get caused by the incident?
I am not answering any questions.
So, when you guys pulled into that place up there...
I am not answering any questions.
When you guys pulled into that place up there, was he still in front of you or was he behind you? So then you guys pulled into that place. I don't know who was in front or who was in back. And then you guys both got out of your cars? And then at what point did you throw the water bottle at him?
So am I getting my police report so I can...
You're gonna get a police report. I'm just trying to...
Gonna go to jail?
I'm trying to get your statement.
Is he gonna go to jail?
Police report, and then I have to sue you for what's happening here.
I'm trying to get everybody's statement so that we can get the story straight.
All right.
Okay. So I want you to talk.
I'm not answering any more questions. I explained you what happened.
I am Muslim.
I want my police report, but I won't
I am Muslim. Hear me roar.
Well, at this point, we don't even know who you are either. So because you don't want to provide your ID.
Right. I just heard you. You verified who I am.
Is that who you are?
Yeah, that's who I am.
That's okay.
Right.
Okay.
Who are you?
Right.
I'm Batman.
Surveillance showed her tossing containers in liquid, then lunging toward the victim.
What is happening here? Are you getting the police report or?
So our partners are out with him. We're just getting some information right now.
Right. You're manipulating the system.
Right,
you know you cannot manipulate the system. Right.
Okay. Hey, so
Master manipulators they are.
You're gonna be under arrest for assault, okay?
Assault?
Yes.
Yeah.
What assault?
At this point, just put your hands behind your back.
I did not assault nobody. What the?
This is what the? This is priceless. This is priceless.
Talk to him.
The insidiousness of Islam.
We're gonna take your phone, okay?
So you protected your own white people?
Yes,
it does.
That's racist.
I did not assault him. He tried to kill me.
No, but you're insulting the rest of us.
Duly noted in the report, okay?
You get it? Islamophobia?
Everything that you told us is going to be noted in the report.
But you protected white people, on me. You protected the fallen angel on this Arab.
Is that too tight or is that okay?
You protected the fallen angel knowing that they have no future.
Hey, ma'am, is that too tight or is that okay? Okay, I can get a finger in there, okay?
Get a woman. Do not touch me. Get a woman. Do not touch me.
You guys have a woman on?
Get a female. Get a female. Do not touch me. I'm a woman. I'm a Muslim.
She resisted seating in the squad car and accused a deputy of misconduct, which body cams contradicted.
Do not touch me. I'm a Muslim.
We're gonna take
Do not touch me. I am a Muslim.
Ma'am.
I can take a seat without you touching me.
You're gonna take a
Do
seat in my
not touch
car
me. I'm a
until
woman.
my partner
I'm
gets
a
here for
woman.
a
Do
search,
not touch
okay?
me. Do not touch me.
Hey,
We have a female deputy coming here, okay?
What about my car?
We'll get your car taken care of. Take a seat, ma'am.
Let me step in here for a second.
Yes, you're going.
Yes, she's going to jail. What's your name? Edward. I'm not sure what happened. It could have been an accident. But I will trust my moderator's judgment. If it was an accident, just let me know, mod, so we can bring him back in. It's all good. Okay, it's all good. Yeah, it was probably an accident. I used to moderate for Professor Nez for like 6 months, and my God, the chat can scroll so fast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes, for assault, ma'am.
For assault? I did not assault nobody. What is the definition of assault?
Bring her back up here real quick.
What is the definition of assault? Do you hear him?
Take a seat.
Where is the definition of assault?
Ma'am, please.
I am asking you because you're the one who ordered it.
Assault is.
You're the one who ordered it to protect
What?
your own people.
Assault is when you think you're about to receive a battery. That's what assault is. Okay?
He tried to kill me.
Okay, ma'am,
He tried to assassinate me.
Ma'am, please take a seat.
But your
Assassinate?
story doesn't make any sense, and there's footage of you actually assaulting him and throwing the water bottle at him. And you even said that this water bottle is my weapon.
Identify as a woman. Queen of Solace.
My car.
You need to take a
That's
seat.
funny.
Yes, we're gonna
What
get
do you
your
mean
car
figure
figured
that
out.
out? My car?
Ma'am, I need you to take a seat.
Why am I being arrested?
We told you.
He tried to. What do you mean? He tried to kill me. He tried to assassinate me.
Please take a seat.
I am a woman.
Thank you.
You're touching me, even though I told you I'm a Muslim.
Thank
You're
you.
still touching me.
Ma'am.
Now listen to what she starts
This
to
is the
say.
United States of America. So what if you're a Muslim? If you commit a crime, then you get arrested and you get put in your vehicle, in the police vehicle.
Right.
Then he gently puts you in there. And yes, he touches you to put the handcuffs on you. There's no
Listen
law
to
that
this.
prohibits that.
Oh my gosh.
All right?
It's classic.
Jeez.
I'm gonna buckle you up, okay?
Okay.
For safety. So can you sit back?
You're gonna pay for this, you know? Do not touch me. Do not come close to me.
Can you scoot this
Do
way a
not
little
come
bit?
close to me. You know I'm a Muslim.
Can you scoot this way a little bit, please?
You know I'm a Muslim. Islamophobia. You did it. You did your Islamophobia.
Can you scoot
You
this
did
way
it, and you
just a little
protected
bit so
your
I
own
can get
white
the
people.
seatbelt on?
You ordered it. You ordered it, and you protected your own white people.
then I will
Okay.
scoot you
You know
for
the
you.
Muhammad is gonna take it. You know the Muhammad is gonna take it. Assault, you liar. Thank you.
I'm gonna unbuckle you. We're gonna have you step back out, and my female partner here is gonna do the search.
You know, one of you people tried to kill me, right? Female? Why are you getting close to my breast? You just touched my breast with your chest.
Okay, step out, ma'am.
You
I'm
know
gonna
your
pat
own
you down.
people tried to
Ma'am,
kill me,
step
right?
out.
No?
Step out.
The same behavior, you never change?
Ma'am, step out.
You see that she's just
Same
making things up
behavior,
as she
you never
goes along,
change.
right? Oh, you assaulted me. You touched my breast. You did this. So you know that all the story she was telling before is bullshit because now in the video that we can see, she's just saying bullshit, right?
Beep.
You're gonna pay for this.
Face the car.
You're gonna pay for what you did. There's a new player in the game, and you know it. Do not humiliate me. Right? The
I'm
Muhammad?
doing my job.
The Muhammad? Right.
Muhammad.
You mean the pedo prophet? The pedo prophet?
Me? No, it's a lawsuit. It's a lawsuit.
Do you have anything in your
Islamophobic.
pockets?
You're Islamophobic. You protected your own white people.
You
Knowing
protect the
very
white
well
people.
that he tried
Wow.
to kill me.
This gives racism a whole new level.
Tried to kill me.
Spread your feet
Islamophobic.
apart.
Islamophobic. Don't get in my... Do not touch my privacy. Do not touch my
Your
private.
what?
Right? I am a Muslim. Islamophobic. I am a Muslim.
Okay.
If this country is so Islamophobic, why are you here?
Yeah, then get out of my country.
Why the F
Get
are you
out.
here? And they've been so respectful to you. You're the one who's been
Bunch
disrespectful,
of hacks.
aggressive, accusing them of all kinds of things. The police have been nothing but professional with
Have
you.
a seat.
You do what you do best, right? To the Arab. You know who you are, right? The fallen angel? Yeah. You
Did
know
she
my
have her
language.
wallet on her?
You understand my language. You
Wallet,
understand
ID
there's
or
a new
anything?
player in the game.
Or is it in the
You're
car?
not supposed to do this to an Arab. Hello? You're not supposed to do this.
Hey, where's your wallet at? Or your ID,
This
your
is
purse?
getting great.
Where's your ID at? Is it in your car?
You're not supposed to do this.
Where's your ID at?
I am not giving you any of my information. What
Okay,
are you
so
doing?
we will
I'm under
fingerprint you.
duress. I am under duress.
You are under arrest.
No,
is
yeah,
what
under
you are.
arrest, under duress.
Okay.
Right.
Duress. Oh, duress. Oh, okay.
Is her wallet in the car? Her purse? Just her ID?
You can prove it to the judge.
Right.
Yeah, I hope Ilhan Omar's watching this, what Darren said earlier in the chat. Yeah.
4122.
You know very well that he tried to kill me, Arabian, Arab. I
KPD-23 and so is ourselves.
You are.
Pastor Kreitz is in the house. Coconuts is here. Jaded's here.
And to listen to my orders.
Oh, see. Oh, stop the press. Stop the press. Wow. I am Muslim. You must obey my orders. You must obey. Get out of my country. Get back to your country. And if you dare cry jihad, the United States will destroy you.
A chance, I told you. You have a chance. The more you
I know Spanish insults.
Against my other Jesh. You get it? The Jinn?
Let me rewind that part.
Does that not ring a bell? You're stupid, pandejo. Do you understand you're a pandejo? You are a stupid third eye. You know that, right?
KPD-23 and so is ourselves.
You are.
Does this lady have a mute button?
You bow down to me. You know who I am.
Bow down to you. We only bow to Jesus, you hack.
You have a chance, I told you. You have a chance. The more you ruin it for yourself, the more you lose against my other Jesh. You get
Against your what?
Did she say other Jish?
Yes, she said
what
the
Jish
jinn.
is in Arabic. It means army.
They are my Muhammad. I am the Muhammad. No, you're not a Muhammad. I am a Muhammad. Are you mentally ill? Do you not understand? I am the true Muhammad Arabia.
Who are you?
Nobody cares about any of
Yeah,
this.
get him out of here.
You know.
He's fired.
Yeah, you're not going to get away with shit pretending to be mentally ill. You are not. You know what's up. You know what's up. You will pay for what you're doing. You're ruining my record. Cleaning myself from your shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Just doesn't sound right coming out of her mouth. Yeah.
Spiked up.
Don't touch me. I'm a Muslim.
Don't touch it.
I don't know you.
Yeah, her and Ilhan Omar. Okay, folks, listen to what I got to say. Because you know me, I never say a whole lot. I'm very timid, very shy. Me and Pastor Benjamin Kreitz, we are the shyest people on this planet. It's good to have you with us, Pastor Kreitz, from Commerce, Texas, where Sharia law has been banned. Thank you, God, for men like Ted Cruz and MAGA. Watch this.
Right, Islamophobe. Muhammad, Arab. Yes, I'm an Arab. And yes,
Stephen. Is she trying for an insanity
Charged with
plea?
aggravated assault in a public place, Reem went to jail, her Prius went to the tow yard, and the victim chose to press charges.
Thank you very much. Put that.
Okay, so here, guys, you can't sit there, Cap, because there's food. Okay, give this man a sub to his channel. Are you from Commerce, Michigan? That's cool. Yeah, Pastor Kreitz is from Commerce, Texas. See, you were meant to find us because now you can go to Pastor Kreitz's channel too. Give him a subscription, right? By the way, Pastor Benjamin Kreitz will be my co-host on my channel tomorrow night at 9 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 p.m. Central. Pastor Benjamin Kreitz and I, we're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff, including the insidiousness of Islam. And this man right here, Insightful Nomad, please go give him a subscription. I don't know. I think it was fair use. I'm not sure, but I'll deal with that. And I will find the actual channel it came from originally, if it is a deal. But this is not the last time I'll show this video on my channel. It just won't be through Insightful Nomad. So go to Insightful Nomad on YouTube and subscribe to his channel. I've seen his stuff. That's how I knew where this video was originally. So at least from when I seen it. Okay, let's get on to moving this right here. Wait a minute. Wait, is there other? Nah, it's okay. He's just doing commentary. I don't want to do that to him. So let's do this. Go to here. Oh, this ought to be interesting. Here's another video coming to you right here in about 20 seconds. Let's get it up on screen. Hit that. to hit there, to paste this, and to hit that. Punch it, Chewie.
Look, we went to NATO. I didn't ask very strongly. I just said, hey, if you want to help, great.
I've never been
No,
arrested either. I
we
have
will
no
not
criminal
He
record.
clearly felt his disappointment, which, again, to a certain extent, I understand.
Jaded. Hey guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
European countries are reportedly ready to accept any punishment from Donald Trump as long as the United States does not withdraw from NATO, according to the Times. The development underscores growing concerns over dependence within the alliance at a moment of heightened geopolitical pressure.
Yeah, no, it's not a danger. Look, we went to NATO. I didn't ask very strongly. I just said, hey, if you want to help, great. No, we will not help. I said, that's all right. You don't want to help? Because I've always said NATO's a paper tiger. See, NATO's a paper tiger. Putin's not afraid of NATO. Putin's afraid of us, very afraid of us. And he's explained it to me a lot of times. I got to know him very well. I know him very well. NATO's a paper tiger. NATO is us. And when we needed them, we didn't need them, by the way. We didn't need them, obviously, because they haven't helped at all. Just the opposite. They've actually gone out of their way not to help. They didn't even want to give us landing strips. Think of it. And it's not just NATO.
Reports claim tensions escalated sharply during a conversation between Trump and Mark Rutte, with media accounts describing the US president as out of his mind with anger and warning of consequences for allies unwilling to support Washington's strategic objectives.
It's something the president has discussed, and I think it's something the president will be discussing in a couple of hours with Secretary General Rutte, and perhaps you'll hear directly from the president following that meeting later this afternoon. I have a direct quote from the president of the United States on NATO, and I will share it with all of you. They were tested, and they failed. And I would add, it's quite sad that NATO turned their backs on the American people over the course of the last 6 weeks when it's the American people who have been funding their defense. As you know, President Trump will be meeting with Secretary Rutte in a couple of hours here at the White House, and I know he looks forward to having a very frank and candid conversation with him.
According to Politico, the exchange between Trump and Rutte was marked by a stream of insults, pointing to internal strain within NATO. These reported details highlight mounting pressure inside the alliance as members navigate security commitments and expectations.
I know it, Pastor Kreitz. We're almost at 4,000 subscribers. I don't even know where we sit at right now.
But that's good, because we are amongst friends here. I mean, the president, myself, we like each other. We are good friends.
Sorry, but not sorry. I can because I care, and I do care. But I just want to say that this channel does not exist without Jesus Christ as our great God and Savior. This channel is not run smooth except for by the best moderators like Sister Angela, Pastor Kreitz, Jeff DePew, Jaded, Paula. Who else here do we got? Coconuts are actually real. It's true. It's true. I got the memo when he joined the channel. We learned that there are actual coconuts. I also watched Survivor. We also have here with us Edward. Welcome to Mike Shriver Ministries. It's good to have you with us. And we just got all sorts of people here. And if I haven't mentioned your name, we got the young man that's just barely younger than I am at 60 years old. Darren, good to see you, Darren. Glad you're with us from the UK. And don't worry, brother. Yeah, I know your people could rise up and do it. I have no doubt. But the United States and the UK have shed blood against one another, and most importantly, together as allies, and we have not forgotten the cry of your people. So we cry out to Jesus in the United States. You will be freed. The United States has had to intercede in the affairs of Europe twice before, with the equivalent of over 70 million dead. And by God, if we got to bail out Europe again, Great Britain, we're coming for you to help you.
For many years now, and I'd rather have the conversation on the table instead of tiptoeing around it. I sensed his disappointment about the fact that he felt that too many allies were not with him. And
well, we weren't even at 3,900 when I started today. We were at 39 or 3886, I think.
Have done what the US asked of him and what was previously agreed in these circumstances. And yes, sometimes it takes a bit of time. But hey, guess what? We have coalitions in Europe. We have sometimes the political home front to take care of. So sometimes it takes a couple of days. But then we pull together, and almost the whole of Europe did. For the US to project power on the world stage through its partners in Europe. And the US, NATO is there, of course, to protect the Europeans, but also to protect the United States. As Jonas
we need
the recent Prime Minister
69 more subs. Oh my gosh, we're flying.
Are not there to attack Norway. They are there.
We are 24 hours ahead of schedule to hit 4,000 subscribers.
Able to get in a position to do that. So, and this is just an example where both the US mainland and Europe stay stronger and safer because of the alliance. So it was a good conversation. It was open and candid. And I clearly felt his disappointment, which, again, to a certain extent, I understand.
The reported stance from European nations suggests a strategic calculation to preserve US commitment to NATO, even under pressure. Analysts note that fears of a potential US withdrawal have intensified the urgency among allies.
Well, then let us use our bases, people.
Particularly
we paid for them.
Security challenges continue to expand across multiple fronts. While there is no official confirmation from NATO on these claims, the reported developments reflect a critical moment for the alliance. As discussions continue, the balance between collective security and national positioning remains under close watch, with the future trajectory of transatlantic relations drawing significant global attention.
Exactly, Darren, exactly. Totally true, guys, totally true. You know, unity is a major important thing. If we're not united, then we're divided. If we're divided, then Satan takes that and divides the division. And just like what the devil did to the Godhead, he divided and subdivided God in 325 AD. But a united front against any spiritual attack, which has a direct impact in the physical realm. We are united under Jesus Christ, the one and only God, indivisible. Alone and by himself, he created all things. Nobody helped him. Nobody counseled him. And through Jesus Christ, we can get through anything together in the spirit of unity between individuals and nations and peoples. We are in the last days. Call me a heretic, call me crazy. Those are compliments when you're a Christian. You're not insulting us. You're actually encouraging us to do more for Jesus. And by God, no war if we can avoid it. But Ecclesiastes chapter 3, and since Jesus is the God of both testaments, it is written there is a time for peace and a time for war, a time to sow and a time to harvest. It's all these things. And the Bible says in Colossians 3:17, anything, everything we do all of it, whether it be war with our hands or war in spiritual prayer to Jesus. We do all of it in word or deed in the name of Jesus Christ, the one true God, Islam. And here we go with another video right here, right now. Mike Shriver Ministries, no place I'd rather be than here with my beautiful family in my home and you folks on the internet. In fact, I got a daddy-daughter date later this afternoon, and I intend on keeping that. So here comes another video right here, right now, 33 minutes ago. Poppin' Fresh Joe. You need to listen to this one. And we're going to have Charlie Kirk's murderers pre-trial right here on Mike Shriver Ministries. I got it all set up to go for the 19th of April. All you got to do is go to that. I'll put the link up, click notify me, and if we're able to, and I do believe cameras are allowed in the courtroom, we are going to be live. I've had it posted already for 2-3 weeks. And here is a video about Charlie Kirk's murder situation. I'll put the link in the chat. I want all of you to hit notify me so you'll be right here right now
report says investigators
when it comes time.
And a palm print that appeared to place Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin at the scene near the rooftop where the shooting happened. New court documents also reveal a note left behind that investigators say was written by the alleged shooter to his lover. Let's bring in Fox News contributor and the co-host of the weekly rap sheet.
Somebody give me a puke emoji in the chat.
So great to see you this morning, Josh. Thank you for coming in to break some of this down for us. So as we're watching, we had a little hubbub over the last couple of weeks about the bullet fragments not being conclusively tied to that weapon. I would argue that that's kind of BS. But this new information that is coming out appears to put together a pretty massive case here.
No, I think you're absolutely right. As this case continues to advance and we learn more about the evidence that the prosecution has, the defense is starting to run out of any innocent explanations, especially in regards to this new evidence, the DNA found near the location of where the shooter was. Yeah, it's one thing that the ATF was not able to conclusively match fragments of a bullet to the rifling. By the way, not
really quick. Okay, and we're going to get right back to that video. Okay, here's the link. This is the link directly to my live stream for that day. If you guys want to watch it right here on Mike Shriver Ministries from a Christian channel perspective of a great man that was murdered, slaughtered, and all he was doing was trying to help people, especially the young people. Charlie Kirk, pre-trial. Pre-trial for the murder. Right here. Please hit the notify me button. Also, my friend Pastor Benjamin Kreitz is present with us. I'm going to start the video up, and please go to his channel. He's a great man of God, pastor of an actual church in Texas, and he's a brilliant Bible scholar. Yeah, just absolutely outstanding at the Bible. And I'm going to put his link up. He's currently with us. Tapioca, we haven't seen you in like a week. How you doing? It's good to see you again. Punch it, Chewy.
Able to exclude it, just not able to conclusively match it. Now you've got his DNA at the crime scene, and there's no innocent explanation for any of that. But probably most convincing to a future jury is going to be his words from his own hand, as it were, with this note. I mean, it's nothing short of confession saying, hey, if I don't come back, this is what I've done, and this is why I've done it. All of this together is, like you said, forming an incredibly strong case for the prosecution.
Yeah. So speaking of that note, I want to read that text that Robinson...
Oh, wait, did I put my link up?
...to his friend and roommate, Lance Twiggs. This is what he wrote. Luna, if you are reading this per my text, then I am so sorry. I left the house this morning on a mission and set an auto text. I am likely dead or facing a lengthy prison sentence. I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I took it. I don't know if
I believe it's April 19th.
Succeeded, but I had hoped to make it home to you. I wish we could have lived in a world where this did not feel necessary. I wish I could have stayed for you and lived our lives together. I lack the words to express how much I love you and how very much you mean to me. Please try to find joy in this life. I love you always, Tyler. I mean, you've seen a lot of cases. I don't know. I mean, have you ever seen a lead pipe lock confession like that written prior to a crime being committed?
Yeah, it's pretty astonishing. It's almost like a deathbed confession, as it were. He knows that he's probably either not coming back alive, or if he is, he's going to go to prison for the rest of his life. And he names Charlie Kirk just to remove any doubt as to what it is that he's talking about. You take that letter in conjunction with the DNA, then
there's the link to Charlie Kirk's murderous pretrial. I put it back up again.
That, like you said, is pretty rock solid for a jury.
Yeah.
And here comes the link to Pastor Benjamin Kreitz.
Is the fact that this apparently was written before the actual.
Don't forget to hit notify me, please.
So
thank you. I appreciate it.
Shows a foresight that somebody who didn't commit such a crime would not have known. Josh Ritter, thank you as always for coming in.
Thanks, Josh.
Down for us.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart.
And I'm Mike Shriver.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch
which
our
means
hottest
absolutely
interviews
nothing.
And most compelling analysis.
All right, here we go with another video. I'm going to try to get one a little bit longer. We don't want to go there. We've been there. Let's go here. Live coverage. Live coverage I bring to you, according to what the title says. All right, here we go, guys. Get it in the queue. No, not the guy from Star Trek. It's a shame they killed off his character, but they didn't. Oh, I hope I didn't ruin that for you for Star Trek Picard Season 3. The only good Star Trek in modern times is Picard Season 3. The rest of it is just a bunch of woke garbage.
Or his chances in 2028, if he chooses to run for president, could hold.
Let me get back to a little bit further back on this.
Is there as well, and it really.
A close eye on where these conversations go. This is quite the make or break moment for the vice president, who's taken the role as the lead negotiator in these conversations. I think it's also curious, and we should point out the fact that the vice president has been tasked to take this on. The man who coveted the art of the deal is depending on his vice president to close this one. This is also notable because he's surrounded by U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. It's undoubtedly on the vice president's mind, as he could be considered the heir apparent that 2028 could hold, or his chances in 2028, if he chooses to run for president, could hold quite closely to what comes out of this conversation or this negotiation that he has today, Lindsay.
Torian Small, thank you. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Imtiaz Tayeb is in Pakistan and joins us over the phone.
I wouldn't normally use CBS, but I don't think there's anything here that they're going to be too rude about. And if they are, I'll just get a Fox link. I didn't even notice it was CBS.
We have the first face-to-face meeting with senior Iranian political leaders and senior American political leaders since 1979, since the Iranian Revolution. That, of course, is Vice President J.D. Vance, who's meeting with Iran's Speaker of Parliament, Mohammad Galbraith, as well as Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi. Also in the room is Pakistan's Army Chief, arguably the most powerful man in this country where I am now. This is an extraordinary, historic summit. We understand that the leaders...
Oh, I got two waiting at the Charlie Kirk. That's excellent, guys. Appreciate you for doing that for me. Means a lot.
High-stakes diplomacy, of course, following the 6-week war, which has not only been so devastating for Iran, but right across the region and the global economy. But it's clear these sides are talking, and they're talking about very consequential things.
What can you tell us about the heightened security in Islamabad surrounding these talks?
It's pretty extraordinary. There is a ring of security right around this luxury hotel in the center of Islamabad where these talks are taking place. It's known as the Serena Hotel. It sits on a hill overlooking the rest of the city. I've been there many times myself, and it is a pretty opulent place, that has to be said, but it is the place where these direct talks are happening, as well as these very senior U.S. and Iranian officials there. We also know that there are dozens of Iranian officials who are there to represent almost every level of technical question that might be addressed during these talks. We also understand with the U.S. delegation that is there as well. And it really has to be said, Lindsay, I was based here in Pakistan for a number of years, including in 2011 when Osama bin Laden was captured and killed by U.S. Special Forces just a 2-hour drive from where I am now. That saw the relationship between Pakistan and the U.S.
Hey, guys, we're almost at 4,000 subscribers, guys. We're so close. We are 62 away from 4,000 subs. We just broke 1 million watch hours. We have over 3.5 million views and only 463 days. And I know the war has a lot to do with that. And so I give credit to the war, although war is terrible. But Jesus gets all the credit, my moderators as well, and my family.
But again, these talks are moving forward, and they appear to be progressing. What exactly has been discussed? It's been very difficult to get information.
Yeah, a peaceful solution would be ideal to this. But
those issues are, of course, one of the
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
The U.S. and Iran, that is Iran's nuclear program. But this new issue, the Strait of Hormuz, that narrow body of water which Iran controls part of, which has become recognized during the Six-Day War, which has really seen around 20% of the world's energy essentially grind to a halt. We've also seen Iran carry out retaliatory strikes all across the Gulf region, where, of course, the U.S. has a number of military bases, and also targeting Israel, which is very much involved in this war, fighting alongside the U.S. It has really put this region on edge, and we now have this very shaky ceasefire and now these direct talks. Again, we have not been told how these talks are progressing, but the fact that they are moving very likely to a second round tonight here in Pakistan, I think at least indicates that the sides are still willing to talk and seem to be moving forward on some of these extraordinarily thorny issues.
What do you make of some of the president's rhetoric going into these meetings, considering the president has said
a good point, Jade.
That he has told
that's a good point.
that he is reloading some of the
Hey, we're at 58 more subs, folks. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all of you.
On Truth Social along the lines of the only reason why they are able to
exactly, Bud. Bud Russell's in the house. Good to see you, Bud. Melissa's still here. Coconuts are actually real. Is still here.
President Trump is certainly well known and has a very long track record of putting out pretty incendiary statements, including the ones that we've just heard.
We do. Thank God for Space Force. Space Force is awesome. It's not the Federation yet, but in another universe, there's that potential. I am in tune with reality, though, guys. Some people say it's questionable, but that's because I'm a Christian. Some people hate Christians. They think we're all nuts. We are fanatics for Jesus, though. But we don't blow people up if they don't convert to Christianity. We shake the dust from our feet as a testimony against them, and we just walk away and let God deal with it. Who knows? They might get saved later on. It's about planting seeds, folks. John Anthony's in the house. Good to see you, John. How you doing today, buddy?
These are two adversaries who have very little trust within each other, but we have to remember this singular point. We are seeing the U.S. Vice President meeting face-to-face with Iran's top political leaders. We have not seen that since the 1979 revolution, which saw the creation of the Islamic Republic of Iran. This is historic. This is seismic.
Everything's historic. Angela, child of God, with a $5 super chat.
Which has now seen.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe you might not have realized.
Damage the global economy. It's also seen.
Yeah, you might not realize it, but we do have super chats and super stickers. I would probably mention it more, but I'm not always thinking about money. Souls are more important than money ever will be, because it's just a matter of time, and then we're done. We have to give an account. But money does help. It really does. The Bible says money answers all things, and I know I've never once taught on it, but I'm fixing to out of request. And really, it helps people too. So, yeah, so be the 4,000th subscriber. Right now, we are 57 short. I've been short my whole life, but being 57 subs short of 4,000, and an excellent place to be for a channel that's only been live for less than 460 days. So once I do the math, it's actually less than 460, not 463. I started uploading videos 462 days ago. So that doesn't mean I was live 462 days ago. I had to meet the requirements. But anyway, I digress.
Hundreds of people killed and economies grind to a halt. There's a lot of vested interest to make these talks work, but right now we are still in the talking phase.
Okay, and to be clear, just to get on the record, the president in his True Social post that I mentioned said the only reason they are alive today is to negotiate. Imtiaz Tayeb, thank you. With Iran once again halting traffic through the Strait of Hormuz, international shipping is at a standstill. Our CBS News data team looked at marine traffic numbers to see the impact on crossings since the war began. Since February 28th, an estimated 360 ships have crossed the Strait of Hormuz as of Thursday. For comparison, before the war began, 138 ships passed every day, or around 5,600 over a 41-day period.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
Maritime Information Center. 29% of the crossings since the war began happened only over 2 days, February 28th and March 1st. In March, only an average of 6 ships per day were able to cross. This month, the number has ticked slightly up to 10 ships. About 60% of the ships that have crossed are oil, chemical, and gas tankers, with about a fifth of all the world's oil moving through the strait. Oil prices, of course, have climbed globally in response. Prices dropped after a ceasefire was announced, but could rise again if the strait remains restricted. Let's bring in Aaron McLean. He's a CBS News national security analyst and a columnist for the Free Press. A quick note, the Free Press and CBS News share Paramount Skydance as a parent company. So, Aaron, what do you make of the president's announcement today to clear the strait? How long do you think an operation like that could take?
Well, it's extraordinarily significant. I think it's also significant and sort of characteristic of the way that the Trump administration does business, that this announcement was made, and indeed that the operation appears to be occurring, or at least its opening phases are occurring, at the exact same time as these potentially very consequential talks in Islamabad. So as important as what's happening in Islamabad is right now, and I do want to underscore something that Imtiaz noted a moment ago, which is that it is extremely significant that the two sides are sitting in the same room together. The Iranian side has, over the years, essentially not deigned to sit in the same room as American negotiators. The fact that they are all in the same room is a significant concession in and of itself by the Iranians, and kind of cuts against some of the crazier rhetoric.
Well, that's the bare minimum they could do, at least that.
Over the course of the last few days since the ceasefire was agreed to. A long-term operation to clear the strait, to answer your question directly, Lindsay, could take some time. And what you saw today was what appears to be a so-called freedom of navigation exercise, where American warships sailed through the strait essentially to show that they could, to show that the waters were navigable, and to show, or to test really whether or not they were going to get shot at.
What about the mine situation of it all? How do they know which ways to go to avoid that?
Well, you've heard the president claim that we have information about where the mines are. The mine picture in terms of publicly available information is very unclear. It's not clear how many mines there are in the water. It's certainly not public where they are. The Iranians seem to suggest by means of graphics that they've put out that they are in the vicinity of the typical shipping lanes. Just to remind everyone how the Strait of Hormuz actually functions, there's a main international shipping lane that runs through the middle of the strait. And what the Iranians have been doing in the last few days is saying, sure, the strait's open. You just essentially have to get our permission and sail through this northern lane that runs along the Iranian coast.
Yeah, right.
So it's not
on the other side of all of our mines.
The fact that we are sailing our ships through the water indicates that we have some degree of confidence that our ships are either able to detect them or are not going to run into them one way or the other. But again, I think the other massively significant thing about this operation, sort of suspenseful thing when you think about it, is would these ships get shot at by the Iranians? It was certainly not a given that they would not be. I've not seen any reports that there's been combat in the Strait today. And the fact that there hasn't been is itself a kind of major concession from the Iranians.
So the president, as I have mentioned in this broadcast, told the New York Post yesterday, U.S. warships are being reloaded with the best ammunition to resume strikes on Iran if peace talks fail. What does failure look like? What is his bar?
Well, the two sides are extremely far apart. The president's been pretty consistent on 2 points in recent days. One, he's not really budged on his demands on the nuclear issue. Iran must not be allowed to have enrichment. He's spoken.
There's Pastor Benjamin Kreit's YouTube channel. Go give him a sub today. He's a great Bible teacher.
If that's what the American side is saying inside the room, we don't know for sure. I want to emphasize that. I just want to say what's been publicly communicated. And the other thing that the administration has been very clear about is the Strait itself. I think there's been increasing seriousness and recognition in recent days about just how dire it is that the numbers that you just had up on the screen, the highly limited amount of traffic going through the Strait is. We are, weeks, if not in some cases days, or even at the outset in some parts of the world, of genuine fuel shortages, not just price hikes, but shortages. And
thank God we got a strategic oil reserve.
Not just price hikes, but shortages. And when you get scarcity in supply, you're going to start to see parts of the global economy grinding to a halt. It feels a little bit like the early days of COVID in very early 2020.
He would make a great king, except he's a president, but I get your point. Yeah. Yeah.
If the Strait is not reopened shortly, there is a
good point, coconuts.
Catastrophe coming.
And they are real. Coconuts are real.
Aaron McLean, thank you. Our coverage of today's developments in Pakistan and Iran will continue.
I'm curious. I want to check
break.
some.
You're watching CBS News 24/7, the #1 free streaming news service in America.
Kurt Mayer, I agree with you. They're making a big mistake on this. Iran is. But you know what? If that brings them down to submission,
we'll hit the heights.
Yep.
A great adventure together.
I can't. My throat's going.
So cool. But wait, there's more.
Experience thought-provoking.
Something that's undeniable.
With mindfulness.
Yeah, I think DeSantis is great too. He would do. Someday he could be president.
God, you do your research.
I tell a good story.
Because there's always something new.
I know. It's the coolest name, isn't it, Melissa?
Sunday morning.
I should have changed my name to Mike Shriver's a real.
Soccer sensation igniting worldwide buzz.
How good is this kid?
The defenders are just bewitched. Lamine Yamal.
You ever talk to the soccer ball?
I'm Major Garrett in Washington, inviting you to the Takeout.
All right, why do we got commercials here? If I'm going to do commercials, I'll just go to Fox.com.
Plenty. The day's happenings with curiosity, informality, and humor. It's serious discussion, but we do not take ourselves too seriously. Who is a better speaker, Mike Johnson or you? Oh, come on. Join me on the Takeout. Streaming right here on CBS News 24/7.
All right, I can't do CBS News anymore. I feel filthy watching CBS News.
His sister was murdered.
I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
And is determined to be her voice.
This is her speaking to everyone saying, don't
really?
let this happen to you.
48 hours, now streaming on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Wow. I'm going to have to watch that interview. Maybe I can find it on YouTube.
CBS Morning.
All right, let's do this. We're going to... Here's what we're going to do. I'm actually going to go for now, guys, but not forever. And so, guys, before I go... please hit that subscribe button. And one more time, here is that link to the upcoming Charlie Kirk murders pretrial. I did get a couple, or well, at least one more person to hit the notify me button. I got to rest my voice this afternoon. I got some time to spend with my daughter, which I'm looking forward to. And we're going to go for now, but not forever. Here's the link to the upcoming pretrial of the one that took Charlie Kirk from this world. Alleged. I got to put alleged murderer. Because, people get offended, apparently, over stupid stuff. Boom. Go there, click that link, and hit the notify me button. So the moment that goes live on the 19th of April, in 8 days, you'll know where to be. Mike Shriver Ministries. No place I'd rather be, right here, right now. And we're only 56 subs short of 4,000. I am confident in the name of Jesus that we will reach that by midnight tonight. But I got to go for now. I got a couple things to fix and clean up and spend some time with my little girl. She's got 3 days off from work and school. Well, 2 days off from school. But I will see y'all later, and I appreciate you being here. And never, ever forget that Jesus Christ is our great